okay? Can you hear me? I'm going to unveil... Hang on, wait, I'm going to wait for my thing to catch up right now. I'm going to unveil... You should hopefully be able to see me. I have to switch back to OBS. Oh, this is weird. I'm on a much smaller screen. Hopefully this is working. Well, my phone is telling me that I am live on YouTube. So there we go. We're on the laptop. The computer's dead. It's dead. Do you want to see what happens if I try and turn it on? I bet it's not going to do it now. This is what happens if I try and turn it on. So it's starting up. Are you going to start up now, you little fucking bastard? Why are you starting up now when you wouldn't before? It was getting to about this point and then it was cutting off before it fucking started up. I'm not though. I'm not, because like, you're having issues and I want to just leave you alone for at least tonight. Just, yeah. I have a feeling, I wonder if the, because it's got fans but it's got a water cooling system. I can't see any of your comments because I'm on the wrong screen. I've only got one screen. Yeah, it's also got a water cooling system. And I wonder if it's overheating and cutting out. I wonder if it's the cooling system, because that's what it seemed like to me. And I have said that over the past few weeks, the fans have been louder. And like it's been acting like it's hotter than it is. And that is my informed guess. I don't know. I have emailed the local computer repairman, who will get back to me when he is available. So, yeah. Anyway, so we're doing a laptop live stream. I can't believe it started up there. It was like starting up and then just cutting out. But I had a computer, the cooling system died once, and that's what that used to do. It would start up and then it would just cut out because it was overheating. So I wonder if that's what it is. So we'll do a laptop live stream for today. There's actually not going to be a live stream next week anyway, because I'm busy. I know. I've got a life outside the live streams. Isn't that awful? So the next live stream I was going to do was actually going to be on Friday, the 3rd of October, because that's my last day of work before I'm off for 9 days. So I thought I would like come home from work on my last shift and do like a live stream. That way, you know, good. So hopefully by then, whatever this is, will be sorted. Yeah. I had a feeling it was going to do something, you know. You know when you can just tell that a computer is just... I mean, there weren't any like major issues, but like, it was just being a bit iffy. I hope it's not anything awful like the motherboard. Ugh. I don't want to have to pay for it. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I would do this right before I'm going to have my big channel comeback, isn't it? Anyway, so we're here now. What should we do? What should we do now that we're here? Doing this? Would you like to see my Lotus Biscoff Rocky Road that I made? These are all the crummy bits because I took it into work. And I kept all of the bits around the edge that were all crumbly and falling apart. That's it. Can you see that? You might be able to see that. Hang on, I need to go to my OBS screen. On that computer, I get the comments up on OBS, and I don't have it on the laptop, and I don't know why. Maybe because my screen's too small. I have to say, the internet is so much better on the laptop. I don't know why the internet's not so good on that computer. Yeah, just weird things like that. Like the internet's not as good on that computer. The fans were getting louder. A couple of times it was just doing iffy things. Nothing major, but you know. So which is why, because we have a local computer repairman who comes out to your house, because I don't want to have to take it anywhere, obviously. Comes out to your house And I'd already looked him up because I was thinking, I wonder if it just needs like all the dust cleaned out of it or something, but I don't want to do it because I don't trust myself, and also I can't work out how to get to most of the computer. Like, I have taken it apart before, and it's very well put together. Like, I can't get to every area of it. So I'd already looked him up, because I thought, I wonder if he would just come out and just do like a, I don't know, like a service. Just clean it up. I don't know. So anyway. My local tech David will be in touch soon. I imagine he will not be in touch over the weekend, but that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, what do we feel like doing? I need to get the other screen up so I can see your comments. Tell us about your fanfiction writing. Well, interesting that you should mention that, Frederick. I was working on Living Legends last night. Oh, I got a new review from Living Legends that just said, "I love your story, please upload more." And I was like, we're so close. I do have a chapter ready to go, but I want to get a bit more ready first, because the last time I uploaded a chapter, I think it had been years, hadn't it? It had been years since I uploaded one, and then I uploaded 2 in quick succession, and I put an author's note in saying like, "I'm back, guys!" And then it's been like a year and a half or something, maybe even longer. So, you know. Yeah. I'll tell you what else I was writing last night, which I'm very excited about, assuming we can get this computer working, is one of the lore videos, because I'm doing like a mini-series on monarchies in Thedas, right? I'm doing a Dragon Age lore mini-series in monarchies in Thedas. And the first one, which is uploaded, it's ready to go. I mean, it's scheduled to go up on Sunday the 4th of October. Sunday the 4th? I thought Sunday was the 5th. Sunday is the 5th. I was looking at Saturday. Sunday the 5th of October, it's scheduled to go up. That's about the monarchy of Ferelden, right? But each one is going to have a different theme depending on which monarchy I'm talking about. You see what I mean? So the Ferelden one was sort of about how the Ferelden monarchy functions, because Ferelden is not a hereditary monarchy, it's an elected monarchy, but it comes across as though it is a hereditary monarchy, but it's not. It's an elected monarchy. And once you realise that it's an elected monarchy, it sort of changes how you might interpret a lot of things that happen in the game. Like, for example, the fact that, why am I telling you all of this? You're going to learn about it in the lore video. I'm just spoiling it for you. But basically, that's what that video is about. It's about realising that it's a elected monarchy, not a hereditary monarchy, and how that might change your view of certain things. Like, for example, whether Connor is the heir to the throne. Well, he's not, because there isn't an heir. There are only candidates. The other one is like why Alistair is so blasé about the fact that he's Marik's son. A lot of people quite chastise him for that and say, oh, he's such an idiot, thinking that it's not important that he's like, you know, the king's son. Well, it's not important really, because it's an elected monarchy. So, you know, the monarch has to be elected. They don't necessarily have to be a relative of the previous king. Right, so that's what that one is about. But then the next one is going to be about the Orlesian monarchy. And when I was looking up the history of Orlais when I was writing the A to Z, what really struck me is that there is a lot of murder. Like, a lot of murder. Like, the founding of Orlais is basically through murder and betrayal and treachery. And then when you go through, like, the history of Orlais, the bits of codex that we have, there's a lot of murder. So I'm basically telling the history of the Orlesian monarchy in all of the murders that it has taken for them to get where they are. And I was writing that one last night, and I think it's going to be really good. I'm quite excited about that one. Assuming that my computer will work, so that I can actually edit the fucking thing. I mean, I suppose I could do it on the laptop if I had to. Because luckily, I have got all of my... everything to do with the channel is stored on external hard drives. They're not stored on internal hard drives. The only thing that's stored on the internal hard drives is video games and save files. That's it. Everything else I keep on external hard drives. So like, well, my fan fictions and all of that are on, they're in the cloud. I know that's maybe not the best thing, but I do have hard saves of them on like USBs as well, like backups, but they're mostly on the cloud. But all of the even things like thumbnails and video clips that I have for editing and like so all of the because I've recorded a whole load of Mass Effect Let's Play videos, which are going to start going up on the 1st of October, and they're going to go up weekly. They're all on an external hard drive. So even if I don't get this computer fixed, I'll be able to just plug the external hard drive into the laptop and upload them. I won't be able to record any more, but I've got enough to get us up to Christmas Eve so far. So, you know, if I absolutely have to, I should probably be able to edit the little videos together on the laptop. It's just such a faff because it's a much smaller screen. But, you know, hopefully it'll be fine. Anything planned for November 7th? November 7th will be a Friday, won't it? Because November 8th is my birthday, and my birthday's on a Saturday. We could do because that'll also be my last work shift before I've got another 9 days off work. So we could do an N7 live stream. We could do a Mass Effect-y live stream. I don't know what we'd do. Other than just play Mass Effect. We could play Mass Effect Andromeda just for laughs and giggles. So yeah, we could do an N7 day live stream. We could do that. Davros, have you just asked what's Living Legends? It is my very, very, very long fan fiction, Mass Effect fan fiction, which I have been working on for approximately 7 years. Which will one day get finished. I've actually written the epilogue. We're nowhere near getting to the end of the story, but I've written the epilogue. I know how it's ending. Oh my goodness. Are you coming up then? We might as well have some cat cam. Stay away from my Biscoff Rocky Road. So, Star, what are you doing? No. You're very stinky. Have you got a stinky ass? Oh, Star. Need to give her another arse shave. She's very fluffy back there. Sometimes you need to give her a bit of an arse shave just to, you know, help her out, because she doesn't always come out of the litter tray all that clean, because she's got a lot of fluff in the way. Let's just say that much. Where is that online? What, the fan fiction? Right. I will see if I can get a link up for you. No, I was going to go off YouTube there. That would be a disaster. Oh, why do I always have to log in? Oh, did I change my password? I can't remember if I changed my password. Did I change my password? I'm not a robot. No, I did not change my... Maybe I did change my password. Hang on. So the trouble is, in order to change your password, rather than just it letting you... Oh, I did change my password. There we go. Rather than it just letting you change your password, because fanfiction.net has to be really fucking awkward, it gives you a temporary password that you have to put in, and then you have to immediately go and change your password, right? And because I'm lazy, I'll use the temporary password to log in, and then I'm just going, oh, fuck it, I can't be bothered. It'll just keep me logged in, won't it? Like, no, Magpie, it won't. But apparently I did change my password. That's good. Right. Where am I? I'm going to start uploading it on AO3 as well. going to give the chapters a bit of an edit. Because some of them, there's some minor continuity errors that may have snuck through because I'm making the story up as I go along. How do I get to my own stories? It's been that long since I've actually been on the website. Manage stories, there we go. Fred could probably have done this faster. In fact, he might have done. I can't see the chat. I've only got one screen. Legends. I should get somebody to make like a proper cover for Living Legends, shouldn't I? Copy link. I shall put a link in the fanfic tab on the Discord. Post. Boop. There we go. There's a lot of Shepard and Liara sex scenes. Not graphic sex scenes. Very tasteful, often romantic sex scenes. Not like smut. Not that I have a problem with smut. I just think there's a time and a place for it, and my story isn't it. It's very like, you know, very sweet kind of flirty sort of sex scenes. It's very long though. Already, and I don't think I'm even a third of the way through, to be honest. I have a lot planned, and it was a long time ago that I updated it, but that's just because I've been planning it. Tasteful, romantic, and abundant, yes. Fred is just sharing the story of how me and him met. So, what should we do? What should we do? My tea's at a nice drinkable temperature. I'll put the lid on. I was really looking forward to playing Dishonored today as well. Man. This couldn't have happened like 3 weeks ago when we were just doing like stupid live streams where it was just like, yeah, I should play whatever we want. I felt like I was getting back in the zone, man. That's alright though. We can do a laptop live stream. It's fine. I knew something was going to happen. Do you ever feel like you just know something's going to happen? I was like, something's going to happen. We've got a yellow weather warning for rain at the minute. It's raining that much. And a couple of years ago, my roof was leaking. And it was leaking in a place that it had obviously leaked before because there was water damage on the ceiling. And that water damage was there when I moved in. Right, but the leak must have been fixed. And then we had a storm and it started leaking again. So whatever it was had clearly been repaired and then broken again. And then I got it repaired again. but I keep waiting for it to break again because I just feel like it's the, you know... I mean, it probably needs a new roof or something and they just can't be bothered to pay for it. That's probably what it is. But I don't know. And when it was a yellow weather warning for rain this weekend, I keep looking at that bit of the roof and being like, you better not leak. As much as I like rain. To be fair, I'd rather the computer broke than the roof, to be fair. Me and Fred wrote a novel together. I think saying that we wrote it together is generous, Fred. Fred wrote it, I wrote a few chapters. And let him use my characters. That's okay. Do you think we should try that again, Fred? I think we should do another collab. I don't know. We'd need the right story, wouldn't we? I don't know if it would work so well the other way around, like if it was my story that Fred contributed to, because because I'm a bit of a control freak. And probably what would happen would be that like Fred would write a chapter and I'd be like, that's great, Fred, I'm just going to rewrite the whole thing. And it wouldn't be a reflection on Fred's writing, it would just be me always having to have complete creative control. But then when it was just me contributing to Fred's story, I was quite happy to just write a chapter and just hand it over and just be like, do what you want with it. That was fine. But I feel like I wouldn't be so comfortable the other way around. Bless him, he had to wait weeks and weeks for me to actually write the bloody things as well. Because you know what I'm like. Oh well. Oh, we've got a fourth viewer. Fourth viewer tuned in, probably out of curiosity from the title. Well, my gaming PC is dead, so we're just going to have to sit here. Might be my mother. Do you know what? Honestly, genuinely, I saw my mother earlier in the week, right? And she went, hey, I watched one of your live streams. I beg your pardon, mother. Now every time there's a lurker, I'm going to be thinking, oh my God, is it me mother? Do I have to be careful what I say? You know how much I swear? Christ! How much I talk about things like sex and clitorises. I mean, come on, my mother's very broad-minded, but how? We're up to 5 viewers now. That's too many. I don't mean it. Please don't leave. Oh, Christ. So, yeah. So, hello, newcomers, whoever you are, mother or not. My gaming PC is dead. So, we're streaming on the laptop, but I can't do anything on the laptop. So, we're talking about fan fiction and stuff. You know what? It's been a long time since I actually read any fan fiction. I used to read quite a lot. It's been a long, long time. I mean, I only read Mass Effect and Dragon Age fan fiction. I never really ventured much beyond that. Oh my God, it is my mother. Hello, mother. Are you a newbie, my dear? Because if you are, your nickname is now Mother. Because every viewer of the Magpie channel gets a nickname. Nobody gets to keep their own name. I rename all of you. Just to show that I have total power over you while you are here. Oh, we lost one. It might have been my mother. She's probably going to message me in a minute and be like, how? What are you doing talking about me on the internet? You are new. Well, you picked a hell of a live stream to tune into, my love. My gaming computer's dead. I can't do anything. Can't do anything till I get it fixed. But we like to have a weekly meet-up and a chat, don't we? We like to have a bit of banter. We like to sit down and have a cup of tea together and have a catch-up. So, you know, we'll do it on the laptop. I mean, I do have games on my laptop. But I don't know if my laptop could handle gaming and streaming, because when I do play games on the laptop, it strains it. Like, I don't do it for long periods of time. And I don't have anything advanced. I've just got stuff like... what even have I got on here? I've got Yes Your Grace, I've got Panorama, I've got Townscaper, I've got Tavern Master, I've got Train, I've got Cook Serve Delicious, I've got Invisible Ink. Oh, I love Invisible Ink. I haven't played that in ages. I've got Mini Motorways and I've got Dorf Romantic. But I wouldn't be able to see the chat while I was playing them. Because the whole reason I have the laptop here is so I can see the chat while I'm playing on the gaming PC, which is not working. So, you know, we'll just sit here and have a little chin wag. How did you murder it? I I have a theory that it's overheating. I think the water cooling system might be knocked. Because it was like starting up then just cutting out. So that's my theory, but I don't know for certain. That's what I hope it is. I hope it's not anything more dramatic than that, like the motherboard. Because that would be expensive. But I've emailed my local computer repairman, who shall hopefully get back to me, probably within working hours, which is not right now. So, you know. Hopefully we'll get it fixed. We'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted, right? It'll be fine. Oh dear. Right. So, have you tried pouring water on it? I mean, if I try it and it doesn't work, I'm blaming you. So are you just new to the live streams, my dear, or are you new to the channel generally? Because if you're new to the channel generally, this is a hell of a welcome. This rocky road is very nice. Made it myself, you know. I was going to say with my own bare hands, but I suppose I did, yes. Which would explain why there's cat hair in it. Both, so like you're new. Like new. Oh my goodness. Well. There are better live streams than this that you can go back and watch. Like where we actually like play video games and shit. I have cats. I do have cats. They're around there somewhere. Do you want to come and say hello to the newbie? Well, we've got one of them. You want to come up here? Come up here, sweetie. Come on. Come on. Come up here. Come up here. Like, oh no. Come on. Stop. Come here. Come here. Stop. Honestly. How is it? They're experts at sitting just too far away for you to be able to pick them up. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on. Oh. Come over here. Stop. Come on. Come on. Stop. Stop. Like, no. I don't want to go up there. No? Okay. Will you stay down there then? You can come up if you change your mind. Ooh, do you want to come up this side? Stop? No? Okay. Oh, the Arcane Warrior Dragon Age video. Yeah, most of my subscribers tend to come from the Dragon Age videos. But I've actually done very few Dragon Age videos. I am hopefully going to do more. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to tell you. I had planned, before this died, a 500 subscriber special. Now, I know we're not at 500 subscribers at the moment, but we were for a while. Quite a while, actually. So I'm going to do a 500 subscriber special, whether we're at 500 subscribers or not. And I came up with an idea. Do you want to hear my idea? You want to hear my idea? So do you remember when we did Dorabella's playthrough of Dragon Age Origins and we imported her across into Awakening and she spawned in with no armour on and she was naked? And I had a complete giggling fit. And it became such an iconic moment that Fred had some fan art commissioned of that moment of Dora in her underwear with her swords out. Well, I thought, what a brilliant idea to do like the final battle naked with a naked Dorabella, because you know that's her thing. She's like the naked Grey Warden now. And I just thought, how good would it be, especially like do it solo as well, without a party. Just her, naked, doing the final battle, trying to get to the Archdemon. I think that'd be brilliant. I think, because all of my subscriber specials previously have always been Dragon Age challenge videos, right? And I've always gone into them thinking there is no way I'm ever going to be able to do this. And then they always end up being really easy. So like I killed Flemeth solo, and I thought that would be impossible, and it was quite easy. Keeping everybody alive at Redcliffe, I wouldn't say it was easy, but like, I did it first try, I think, didn't I? Did I? Or was it second try? I can't remember, but it was definitely easier than I thought it was. I took on the Sloth Demon solo, didn't I? I think that was what I did. Is that what I did? I did something with the Sloth Demon. I think I took him on solo, didn't I? And that turned out to be much easier than I thought it would be. I remember trying it again with the difficulty ranked up to Nightmare because I was like, I need to try and make this harder. But I think doing the final battle naked and alone, call it the naked and alone challenge video, I think that will be genuinely challenging. Especially as Dorabella, because like she's a rogue. Like all the other solo ones I did as a mage, didn't I? I thought that would be quite funny. I don't think I'll be able to do it though. Oh my god, I've got a lot of newbies. Jesus. Still think getting the foursome is a bigger challenge. Getting the foursome isn't difficult over us. Getting the foursome isn't difficult. All you have to do is romance Leliana, harden her, and then take her and Zevran to the Pearl to talk to Isabella, and then proposition Isabella. And then, if Leliana is hardened, she'll be like, oh, maybe I'll join you. And if Zevran is there, he basically just invites himself along. That's how you get the foursome. It's not hard. I can hear rain outside my window. I love it when I can hear rain. Isn't it the best thing? So, yeah. I like this as the live stream where all the newbies are coming out. All the partial newbies. I feel like I recognise both of you slightly. From comments and whatnot. Partial newbies. Yeah, sure. The partial newbies are in town. So, yeah. There are Dragon Age videos coming though. So I've got the 500 subscriber special planned whenever I have a working computer again. There is a lore video on the Ferelden monarchy which is going to be uploaded on, what day did I say? The first Sunday in October. October the 5th. I am working on other lore videos. Dragon Age ones and Mass Effect ones, and at least one Outer Worlds one. So, you know, there's things coming. I'm going to turn this into a actual functioning channel again. At least briefly. Maybe not forever. You know me. So, what should we talk about? Since we're just sitting here. The cats don't want to join me. So... talked about fan fiction, talked about lore videos. I'm quite excited for the upcoming chapters of Living Legends, actually. I'm quite excited about them. I think they're going to be good. And I know it's been like 2 years or whatever since I last updated it, but I genuinely think the chapters that I'm writing now are better than the ones I would have written 2 years ago. Like, the reason it's been such a big gap is because the storyline that I've got coming up is quite a big one. And it's the kind of thing that has to be handled properly and delicately and sensitively and without falling into the trap of spiralling into too much angst, which is what a lot of fan fictions do. They really dig into the angst of a situation and then it just becomes a big angsty mess. And I don't want to do that. And I think that's part of the reason why it's taken so bloody long, because I've been umming and ahhing how to do it. But I think it's going to be good. Cats are mooching around in the background. I don't trust them. They're up to something. Oh dear. Fred, it's been a long time since you wrote a fan fiction. You used to write loads. I came across on an old Reddit post somebody asking about good Mass Effect fan fictions that are a little bit different and a little bit like, you know, not the same as all the other ones, you know, but unique. And somebody commented that anything written by you fit the bill. And I was like, yep, Fred's fan fictions are definitely unique. In a good way. You know what's weird? The amount of fan fiction I write, the amount of time I spend writing it, and what I've actually got published is like teeny tiny amount. Like teeny tiny little fraction. And I've got like files and files and just pages and pages of this stuff, and I never upload any of it. I think it's because I always feel like I have to have a complete story. And I'm like, why do you need to have a complete story? Just upload lots of random snippets. Loads of people do it. But you know. Where did I say that? It was an old Reddit post. I can't remember where it was exactly. I can't remember why I was on it. I think I was just looking for like Mass Effect fanfiction suggestions. Oh, we have another newbie. Hello, other newbie. Oh my god, I'm going to run out of names for all of you. I mean, you know, I could be boring and call you by your actual names, but... Jesus fucking Christ, what are you cats doing? Tromping around like bloody elephants. You hear them? Is that like they're killing each other? Honestly, what am I playing today? I'm not playing anything because my computer's dead. So, we're just sat here having a bit of a chat. I was going to be playing Dishonored, but computer said no, so... Welsh friend, Zerello, Welsh friend! Oh, Welsh friend, are you abandoning me for like... I was going to say for internet friends. I am an internet friend. Do you know what's really... Do you know, I was going to say humiliating. I don't know if it's humiliating. Ironic, let's say. We've got 7 viewers. We've got 8 viewers. Briefly, we went up to 9. When was the last time we had that many viewers? Like, all at once. I think probably the Dishonored live streams, the original ones, might have got up that high at some point. I think, other than that, the Dragon Age live streams were the only ones that used to get that high. And, like, my computer's dead. We're not doing anything. We're just sat here having a chat. And this is where everybody decides to turn. That's alright. That's alright, you know. We can have a party. It's fine. I suppose I gave it an intriguing title, didn't I? Gave it an intriguing title. We were briefly at 9 viewers. That's hilarious. I can't remember the last time we were at 9. Jesus. You imagine, you imagine YouTube just kind of throws a bit of a hissy fit and sends this viral and just puts it on everybody's bloody homepage, and I get like 5,000 views or something like that. I would have a heart attack and die. That's what would happen. I'm like, please don't do that, YouTube. Seen 11 or 12. I think our record was 14. I'm sure one of the Dragon Age Origins live streams got up to 14 at one point, and that was like our record. It freaks me out though. I like it when it's just a little number and I know who everybody is. I mean, don't, you know, if you're a lurker, feel free to stay. I'm not trying to scare you off or anything. I'm just saying. When it's like 5 viewers, and I know for a fact that that's like Fred and Welfriend and Davros and Timothy or Common Misconception or whoever, I'm like, oh, that's alright, we're just a group of mates. When there's like 12 and I don't know who half of them are, I'm like... Oh, dear. Don't like parties too social. I agree. I concur. They're talking about... The guys, girls, people at work are talking about taking me out drinking in Newcastle for my birthday in November. And I was like... like, you having a fucking laugh? I'd rather spend the night in on my own with a book, thank you very much. Oh dear. I mean, I might. I don't know. I mean, if they organise it, maybe I will. Scorpio, what's the matter? Come here. Come on. Come and entertain the people. I don't have a gaming PC, so all I've got is cats. Come here. No. Come here. No? Okay. Well... Scares everyone off way before... I know, I need to stop doing that, don't I? I need to stop scaring people off. Every time the number gets remotely high, I'm like, please go away. I need to just cover that bit of the screen up, actually. I just get like a bit of blue tack or something and cover it up so I can't see it. That's what I should do. That's what I should do. Oh, right. So, what should we talk about? I don't know. Is anybody playing anything good? Is anybody watching anything good? I've mostly been playing The Sims 3. Something that I used to spend a terrifying amount of my teenage years were put into The Sims 3, and I hadn't played it in years. But I've got all of them. I've got like all the expansion packs and all the stuff packs and quite a lot from The Sims store. And I spent so much money on them when I was a teenager. Money that I didn't have because I was a teenager. That, you know, I never bought The Sims 4 because I was like, I'm not putting another penny into this franchise. But I do occasionally dip back into The Sims 3. And I just had a hankering for it a few weeks ago. And I dipped back into it. And it's obsessive, you know. Are we playing Fallout New Vegas? I have never played Fallout New Vegas. I do own it. I have never played it. I don't get on with the Fallout games. I think I've said this before. I'm not a Fallout player. I like watching people play the Fallout games, but I don't like playing them myself. I don't know why. It's not my kind of thing. Sims 3 with free will mod is the best. Oh, I need to look into the mods. I used to have quite a few mods on my old computer. I can never be bothered with mods. I can never be asked installing them. But, people are watching Alien Earth. I don't even know what that is. I'm very out of the loop. Hang on, I shall Google. I'm not subscribed to any streaming things at the minute, though. Because I'm on a... I was going to say spending drive. That's... No, the opposite. Spending ban. I'm trying to save money. There we go. Which if I have to pay to Pay me bloody gaming PC. Oh, it's an American science fiction horror television series. Well. Oh, it's on Disney Plus. I want to resubscribe to Disney Plus. I need to resubscribe to something. I think all I've been watching is YouTube for the past like 6 months. But I want to watch the new series of Wednesday, so I want to resubscribe to Netflix for a bit. I don't want to be subscribed to 2 at once. That's a waste of money. Only subscribe to 1 at a time. Trying to think what I'm watching. What am I watching? Oh, you'll never guess what they... Okay, anybody who is outside of Britain will probably not know what I'm talking about. But the ITV have started uploading to YouTube full episodes of A Touch of Frost. A Touch of Frost was a very grey, grim 1990s detective drama starring David Jason as Inspector Frost. And my parents used to watch it, and I would be sat on the floor as like a little 3 or 4 year old playing with, I don't know, Barbies probably, while they were watching A Touch of Frost. And I always thought, do you know how everything that was filmed in the 90s has this, I don't know if it was just like the quality of the cameras or something like that, but they always just look really grey, like just washed out and just grim. And it was quite a grim series anyway, because they were like, it's set in Denton, I think, and like it's always raining or overcast, and you've got David Jason there, and he's always wearing like grey suits, and everybody's just grey, and it's just like, and as a kid I used to think this is so depressing, like why am I in the same room as this? But weirdly I saw that they were starting to upload, like they've only uploaded I think 3 so far. They're uploading full episodes. Each episode is like an hour and a half long, and I saw they were uploading them, and I thought, bloody hell, who the hell is going to want to sit down and watch A Touch of Frost for an hour and a half? And then I just started watching it out of curiosity, and I quite enjoyed it. I was like, oh my god, I'm at an age where I can enjoy really grim ITV crime dramas. In the 1990s, they were big on adding filters to movies and series to give them a gritty, realistic look. Is that it? I just always think... I mean, I was born in 1994, so it's not like I particularly remember the 90s all that much. But whenever I think of the 90s, I always just imagine just like it being really grey and grim and boring. And you think of all that like 1990s technology, you know, where you had the big thick computer monitors and the 1990s cars. Like everything before the 90s, cars look really like flashy and cool. Like you have classic cars, like, you know, from the 1920s, where they're like proper old classic cars. And then you have like more into like the 60s and 70s, where cars looked kind of cool and flashy. And then you have the 90s, and then you have these like little box cars. Everything just seems really like grim. Yeah. Oh, Mother Dearest is finishing Dragon Age. That's your name now. Your name is now Mother Dearest. There's nothing you can do about it. Which Dragon Age are you finishing? Origins? Or 2? Or Inquisition? Or Veilguard? Oh, do you know what? Now that I know my gaming PC's on the bloody fritz, I just want to play everything. I was just thinking, oh, I could play Veilguard tomorrow. No, you can't. Your computer's dead. Like when your car's in the garage and you suddenly want to go everywhere. Don't ground me. Origins. Cool. Love an Origins. I'm overdue an Origins playthrough. Parents love that show. What, Touch of Frost? I'm weirdly enjoying it. I'm like, I must be of an age where I can quite enjoy it. It is grim though. Like, it's like, I mean, it's not like really, really depressing grim, but it's like, you know, episode 1, his wife is dying of terminal cancer. And then episode 2, it's our funeral, and our overbearing sister turns up, and then it's kind of revealed that the marriage wasn't all that happy anyway. And he'd fallen in love with another woman and he was going to leave her, but then he found out she had cancer and he felt like he couldn't leave her, so then he was trapped in this unhappy marriage. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is grim. Oh dear. And I tell you what, actually, right. I'm gonna tell you the storyline of episode 1, right? And I'm gonna see if you lot agree with me on my. I had an issue with it, and I think you lot will agree with me, right? So, A Touch of Frost, sort of the formula of each episode is that they always have 2 cases going on, right? And you have one case which, like, sometimes seems like it's going to be the major case, and then another case will come in, and that one gets pushed to the side. And then right at the end, they'll suddenly remember about it. Or you'll have like the major case that's going on, and then there's always a little minor case that sort of pops up that's unrelated. And then by the end, both get resolved. But there's always like the major case and the minor case. So there's always 2 cases going on. And in episode 1, it starts off with, there's a little girl who I think is 8 years old or something like that. And she's gone missing, right? And that's where we start, and we think that's going to be the major case, right? They're searching the woods looking for her, and while they're looking for her, they find this skeleton, right? And they realise that there's an unsolved murder from like 40 years ago or something like that, and that becomes the major case. They're trying to solve this 40-year-old murder, right? And to be honest, for most of the episode, they seem to forget the fact that there's a missing 8-year-old girl. And anyway, they solve the murder. And the 8-year-old girl suddenly turns up, and she's been left outside of a hospital. And she's sedated and wrapped in a blanket. And she's got a head injury, but she's alive and she turns out to be fine, right? So they don't know who's had her for all this time. But in the local area, there's a mad cat lady. And all of the children, and she's kind of like appeared in the episode a couple of times, just as like a side character. And all of the children laugh at her and call her a witch and things like that and throw stones at her and stuff. And she goes around the area adopting stray cats. Stray cats, yes, and feeding them and looking after them and everything, right? And the children all tease her and throw stones at her. And it turns out that what happened was the little girl was teasing the old cat lady and throwing stones at her, and the old cat lady was ignoring her, but then she picked up a stone and threw it, and it hit a kitten, and the kitten yelped in pain, so the mad cat woman picked up the stone and threw it back at her. Right? And hit the girl on the head and knocked her unconscious. Right? And I think, fair enough. She had it fucking coming. You throw it. I don't care if you're an 8-year-old girl. You throw a stone at a kitten, you've got that coming. And of course then, you know, the mad cat woman got arrested for like attacking and abducting a child. But I'm like, you throw stones at kittens, what the fuck do you expect? I do not think that she should have been arrested for that. And I think you lot will agree. I was proper pissed off. I was like, so you should have thrown the stone at the 8-year-old girl. Anyway, that's my rant about A Touch of Frost. Jesus, honestly. I was like, why did I have to be the bad cat lady? I love a mad cat lady. Anyway. So there you go, you don't need to go and watch it now. We're still holding on to 7 viewers, that is impressive. I'm pleased. I'm pleased you're enjoying whatever this is. Little magpie coffee morning. Coffee afternoon. Whatever. Finished my rocky road. Right. I've got nowhere to put it though. If it had been a dog, would it have been different? What do you mean? If she'd thrown a stone at a dog and hit the dog, would I still think the lady was justified in throwing the stone back? Yes, I would. Don't throw stones at animals. I mean, yeah, you don't throw stones at people either. But you really don't throw stones at animals. Like, how? You throw stones at people if they have thrown stones at animals. I was furious. I was thinking, Anyway. So I could not imagine being a kid and throwing stones at someone. That is, like, not... You know, when people say, oh, they're just kids, I'm like, I mean, I was a bit of an arsehole when I was a kid, because I think all kids are, but, like, I could not imagine actually throwing a stone at another human being, let alone a cat. Like, come on, there's some sociopathic shit going on there if you're an 8-year-old throwing stones at people. I mean, how? Anyway, that's my in-depth analysis of the first episode of A Touch of Frost. A Touch of Frost. ITV is great at bringing out those really grim, miserable, grey crime dramas, aren't they? I'm sure they bring out about 3 a year. Like, even today, they're still making them. Things like Unforgotten. Is that a ITV one? That was pretty grim. Shetland. Is that ITV or is that BBC? It's grim. That one's grim. I don't know. I feel like there's been loads. I feel like it always seems like ITV are bringing out a new crime drama and they're always just grim and just grey and miserable. See if we can find a list of ITV crime dramas. Should we ask ChatGPT? I'll put it into Google first. ITV crime dramas. Wikipedia must just have a list. Yes, they do. Of course they do. Bad Girls. Oh, God, do you remember Bad Girls? Those were the days. The Bill. Broadchurch. That was ITV. Heartbeat. Heartbeat wasn't a crime drama. Midsummer Murders. That was ITV. Midsummer Murders was weird as shit, wasn't it? Is that even still going? I don't know if it is. I remember it used to be really friggin' weird, Midsummer Murders. After the Flood, I remember that being grim. The Bay, that was grim. DCI Banks. Father Brown? Father Brown was BBC, wasn't it? Inspector Morse. Inspector Morse was grim. I never liked Morse. Morse was creepy. Marcella, I remember that. That was grim. Prime Suspect. Taggart. Oh, Taggart was the grimmest shit ever. A Touch of Frost. Trial and Retribution. I feel like there's been more than that, surely. I wonder why crime dramas are so popular. I wonder what it is about crime dramas. Because they just never seem to run out of fuel, do they? Like, other types of drama just... I mean, you have, like, a few hospital dramas. I've seen a few, like, lawyer dramas. The only, like, vet drama that I know about is All Creatures Great and Small. You don't even see that many, like military dramas. You don't see that many dramas, like, about the army or anything. But crime dramas. There's just endless crime dramas. Like, why? Why? Why is that the thing that's become such a thing? Vera was ITV. I mean, I loved Vera because it was set where I live. So when I watched it, you'd see places that you know. And it was all, I mean, it's finished now, but it was always very exciting whenever they were filming Vera, because there quite a few times I'd been like driving around and seen them filming Vera. And people would always be messaging each other going, "Oh my god, they're filming Vera down here. They're filming Vera in Whitley Bay." And my mum got very excited once because she saw them filming Vera, and she actually saw Vera's Land Rover. I mean, she didn't see Brenda Blethyn, who plays Vera, but she saw the Land Rover. She has this iconic Land Rover that she drives around Northumberland in, and my mother was like, "I saw the Land Rover." I was like, oh my god. But it is grim, because, you know, a lot of Northumberland is quite bleak. I think it's one of the most rural counties in England, I think. We've gone down to 5 viewers, man. Oh well. I mean, we might not have done. Sometimes YouTube just throws a fit and just goes, It's telling me there's like 2 viewers and there's 5 people in the chat. I mean, like, that happens sometimes. Crime dramas are popular because people like mystery and melodrama. I know, but like, I feel like you can get mystery and melodrama from all sorts of different genres. Doesn't always have to be like, who murdered someone? Like, there aren't even that, like, spy dramas. There aren't that many. I mean, there was Spooks. Over here, there was Spooks. I don't know if Spooks made it across the pond. Probably not. Spooks was about MI6. Or was it about MI5? It was MI5, wasn't it? Which one's which? MI6 or the spies? MI5 or the spy hunters? Wasn't it? Yes, it was about MI5. I can't think of another one. There must be other ones. Other than, like, you know, James Bond. Spooks was grim. I didn't like Spooks very much. It was creepy. Because it was about MI5. And, like, how many times did they had this thing where they would kill off characters and then bring them back. And it would be like, oh, actually, they just had to fake their own death and they've been living by a secret identity. And, like, awful things would happen, like, whoever the current enemy was, it was always either the Russians or the Chinese or the... either Iraq or Iran, I can never remember. Whoever the current enemy was in the season, they would always end up, like, murdering one of the spies' families or something like that. I mean, it was not nice. And Miranda Raisin, who voices Cassandra in Dragon Age, played one of the spies in Spooks. And she got killed by Hermione Norris's character. And Hermione Norris played one of the other spies. And what happened was, there was a bad guy, and I can't remember if he was holding, like, I don't know, a bomb detonator or something like that. But Miranda Raisin's character, who I think was called Joe, grabbed him and held him in place so that Hermione Norris's character could shoot him. But in doing so, she also shot... I think her name was Joe. And then she had a breakdown because she felt so guilty about it. That was how grim Spooks was. Like, Spooks was not nice. And I remember there was one episode where, like, I think there was like, some kind of biological attack or something like that. And, like, the whole country had been attacked. Or it was a nuclear attack or something like that. And they had to basically lock down MI5 headquarters, right? I can't remember what it's called. It's got a special name, hasn't it? I've seen it, the building. I can't remember what it's called. They had to lock it down and they were all locked inside and they were just watching this horror unfolding across the country. I can't remember if it was a nuclear attack or a biological attack or something. It was something awful, right? And it was basically like apocalyptic, like the end of the world, right? And it was awful and they were all traumatized by it. And then at the end of the day, they went, Oh, that was just a training exercise. None of that actually happened. None of that was real. Can you imagine? and the spies all just kind of went, oh, well, I don't think they're not spies, agents. And then they walked out, and everything was fine. Like, they walked out onto the streets of London, and everything was fine. And I remember thinking, I would have a fucking meltdown if somebody did that to me. Jesus Christ. Oh, dear. Yeah, I wasn't a great fan of Spooks. It was one of the things that, like, my parents used to watch it, so I ended up watching it. Grim. But anyway, probably the reality of being a spy. I mean, you wouldn't want to be a spy, would you? Or a spy hunter, or a government agent of any kind. You wouldn't want that shit, would you? Nah. No. Not for me, kid. Nah. I'm going to enjoy my nice, quiet little retail job. Where the only responsibility I have is making sure that the online customers get enough tins of beans in their order. I remember there was one episode where, like, the terrorists had hacked the computer systems in, like, a pharmaceutical lab and started putting because it's all, like, automated when they're making pills and stuff like that, and they'd started putting, like, toxic amounts of something in paracetamol, and then people were just going out and buying paracetamol, and then the paracetamol was killing them, and that was, like, the terrorist attack. That was scary. Because that was like, can you imagine if that happened in real life? That they just, like, hacked the systems of a pharmaceutical lab and just made paracetamol toxic. And then you've just, like, got a headache one day and you just pop some paracetamol and then you're dead. Like, fucking hell. But anyway. I don't like things that are grim. I like things that are, like, cheerful. I mean, I like a bit of drama. Don't get me wrong. I love a bit of drama. But I like it on a sort of colourful backdrop. You know what I mean? Yeah. Why is my phone flashing at me? What else should we talk about then? We've got another, like, 2.5 hours. We normally finish at 7:30, don't we? Talk about whatever we want. Talk about, I don't know. Do you know what we never talk about? YouTube channels. What YouTube channels do you watch? Apart from me, obviously, because, like, you know, no channel is ever going to compare to mine. What YouTube channels do you watch? I have so many that I'm subscribed to. I don't watch that many, but I'll tell you one that I have discovered recently, which I'm quite enjoying. And it's called Places. That's what it's called. It's called Places. And it's, what's his name? He's got a few YouTube channels. I can't remember his name. It's Simon something. Oh, piss off. Don't do that. Is it Simon? It is Simon. What's his surname? Just says Simon. But he's got, like, a few... He does one that's like a history channel, I think. Oh, actually, he's got a fucking shit ton of YouTube channels. But I've seen him do history stuff. But he's got one called Places, where he literally just finds interesting places from the world and tells you about them. I'm really enjoying it. I only discovered it a few days ago, but that's my shit. I love hearing about just obscure places. Places you would never hear about otherwise. I watch very few gamers, you know. Basically, the only gamer I watch is Many a True Nerd. That's it. And I used to watch Nerd Cubed. And I occasionally dip back in to his videos, but not very often. I'm funny though, I'll tend to, like, rather than having particular genres that I like and watching lots of YouTubers who do that genre, I'll find like one YouTuber in each genre. I watch lots of genres, and for each genre I find one YouTuber that I like and just watch them. The bald guy with the glasses, yeah, that's him. I quite like him. Some people find him annoying, but I quite like him. I think he's cool. Let me finish my tea. 2.5 hours left and I've nearly finished my tea. What is the world coming to? In fact, I have finished my tea. What am I going to do? I have to drink me controversial juice. Ah. There's a lot of videos about places in North Korea. That's always interesting. I just find North Korea a bit fascinating. In a sort of bleak, horrific way. But, you know. He's cool, quite cute in a nerdy kind of way. I can see that. I can see that. I quite like him, yeah. I think people think he has an annoying voice. He's definitely got a unique voice. I don't think he's annoying, particularly. He talks very fast, I will say that. But I kind of like it. Ooh, comic book reviews. Mm. I want to try and get into comic books a bit more. I've never been that into them. I feel like I should be into them. Sometimes I think I'm not a very good nerd. I'm certainly not a clever nerd. I'm not one of those clever nerds who was like in the top maths class or anything like that. And then like I'm quite nerdy in some ways. Like I do like my video games, but then I always feel like I don't know. I kind of go for more kind of niche nerdy things, and then like big nerdy things that all nerds know about. I'm a bit like, eh. You know what I mean? Like I've never watched Lord of the Rings. I read The Hobbit when I was a kid, but I never actually read Lord of the Rings or watched any of them. I know. It's horrific, isn't it? It's too mainstream for me, man. How Oh, theme park reviews. Oh, I love theme park YouTubers. I love people who film like the character interactions at Disneyland. I love that. I love watching the actors playing the characters. I think they're so good, especially like the villains, especially like the Evil Queen and Maleficent and people like that. And I love watching people go to water parks. And I don't know why, because I have quite a fear of water and I can't swim. But I love watching people go down water slides. I don't know what it is. You know when they've got like the camera like here, so you see the point of view of them going down the water slide. Oh my god, I love it. And I think it's because I know that I could never do it in real life. I would drown. Like I would panic and drown. But I've got such like a deep-seated fear. But I love watching people go down water slides. You write fanfiction, you're definitely a nerd. Fair enough. Fair enough. I write a lot of fanfiction. Sometimes I think, because I do sort of write my own stuff as well. I dabble with writing my own stuff. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I think I'm quite a good writer. Okay, I think I'm quite good. I don't think I'm good at much, but I think I am quite good at writing. And I was like, you know what? If you actually proper knuckled down and wrote like your own thing, you could maybe like write a book and like publish it and sell it for like money. That's a thing you could probably do. But then my brain just goes, oh, but I want to write about Shepard. I want to write about Shepard and Liara. So that's what I do. I write about Shepherd and Liara. I can't believe my computer died. I knew you were going to. I just knew it. I knew you were playing silly buggers with me. You better not be expensive to fix. Mind you, I was looking up like the parts for this, or equivalent parts, because I got this 4 years ago, I think, and it was $3,500. I could build this exact same computer now for like $1,000. Isn't that terrifying? So, and I mean it runs everything. Like, you know, I've not encountered a game that it won't run. So, you know, I don't know, are they getting cheaper? Oh, I need to have a rant. This is going to get very boring because we're going to talk about prices in the supermarket because I've had enough. I'm putting my foot down. I was walking around the shop today. This is why I don't have any chocolate. You know how normally I've got like chocolate and crisps and stuff like that to snack on? Well, I didn't buy any because I was walking around the shop in such a huff because the prices have gone up again, right? So I need to tell you a story. When did the cost of living crisis come in? Was it 2 years ago or 3? I can't remember if it was before or after I got the cats. I feel like it must have been after. It's like two and a bit years ago or something, I think. Wasn't it? I can't remember. But anyway, you know the 4 packs of Cadbury's chocolate bars, right? Pretty much all Cadbury's chocolate bars, you can get them in packs of 4, right? And they used to be 90 pence. And they were 90 pence for ages. All different types of chocolate bar, you get the packs of 4 and they were 90 pence, right? And then they went up to £1. And like, fair enough, they've gone up to £1. And then the cost of living crisis came in. And overnight, they went up to £1.25. Oh, and it was scandalous. I remember us all coming in that morning and going, £1.25? £1.25 for a 4-pack of chocolate bars? That's bloody extortionate. Right? A few months later, they go up to £1.50. £1.50. And we were all in a huff. £1.50 for 4 bloody chocolate bars. What is the world coming to? And then they went up to £1.75. And I think by this point we were a bit desensitized to it. We were like, yeah, obviously they've gone up to £1.75. That's just a thing. We have to pay £1.75 for 4 chocolate bars now. Then they went up to £1.97. And they've been £1.97 for the longest time. And I basically don't buy them anymore. Like, very occasionally I will, but for the most part I don't. I'm more likely to just buy a single one rather than buy a 4-pack. But like, you know, they were £1.97. You just get used to it, don't you? You just get used to the fact that they're £1.97. Walked in to work, I think, Thursday morning. And guess how much they are now? £2.24. £2.24 for 4 chocolate bars. What? like 2 and a bit years ago, they were 90 pence. Like, they've more than doubled in like, wages have not more than doubled in that time. Like, I remember walking in and I was like, £2.24? Are you having a fucking laugh? Oh, Jesus Christ. £2.24? So I was storming around the shop in a huff. No, and it wasn't just the chocolate, like loads of other stuff has gone up as well. £2.24 for 4 chocolate bars. Like, who in their right mind is paying £2.24? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. £2.24? I couldn't get over it. And they've changed our meal deal at work as well, because you know how all supermarkets have a meal deal where you can go in and get like your lunch for a certain amount. And most supermarkets do it where like you get like a main and a side and a drink and it's at a set price, right? Well, ours was different. Ours used to be 3 for 2. So you'd have the big meal deal section and they would have sandwiches and salads and sushi and like things like cheese strings and pork pies and Scotch eggs and stuff like that and little brownies and little millionaire shortbread and things, and then all your crisps and all your chocolate bars and all your drinks, right? And it was 3 for 2 and you could mix and match any of them. So you could get like 3 packs of crisps and you'd get one of them free, right? So on a Saturday when I finished work and I was going to get me live stream snacks, You remember how I would have like the hula hoops and things like that? Well, I would usually go and I would get like a packet of crisps and a chocolate bar and then like something like a sausage roll or something like that. And it would usually come to about maybe £1.50 or something because you'd get one of them free. Right, well, they've changed it. So now it's set at £3.75, I think. And you have to get the deal, you have to get a main, a side, and a drink. So you can't just mix and match and get like 3 packets of crisps anymore, right? And I was like, well, that's shit, because I don't want to pay £3.75. Do you know what I mean? And I was looking at the crisps and I was like, I could just get a packet of crisps, but it's like £1.20 for one packet of crisps. And I was like, fuck that. So that's why I don't have crisps or chocolate, because they've put the prices up and they've changed the deals and they're trying to rip us off, and I'm not having it. And you know what it is? It's not even the money, it's the principle. It's not that I can't afford to spend £2.25 on 4 chocolate bars. It's like, it's that I refuse on moral grounds. Like, come on. Jesus Christ. Dear me. Buy when things are on sale or have yellow stickers. Yeah. I know, it's the only way to do it, really, isn't it? I mean, I have to say, since the whole... I mean, it's probably, in a weird way, it's probably been good for me, all the prices going up. Because I buy a lot less shit than I used to. And I cook a lot from scratch more, because it is cheaper. I mean, meat is extortionate. I've just paid £3 for 500 grams of mince. And that's the cheap one. Like, we have a pack of mince. It's the poshest one. It's 500 grams and it's £6.27. Who in their right mind is paying more than £6 for a 500 gram pack of mince? You'll get one meal out of it? Like, what the hell? Jesus Christ. Oh, we've got a 6th viewer. I like the idea that somebody's just tuned in to hear me complaining about the cost of living. Hey, honestly. Chicken. Don't get me started on chicken. I used to buy a pack of chicken every week. Now I buy 1 pack of chicken a month because that's all I could justify. Like, honestly. So yeah, that's my little rant about prices. Fuck's sake. Arseholes. And then to add insult to injury, we're getting a pay rise. Do you want to know how much the pay rise is? 15 pence. Our wages are going up by 15 pence an hour. Like, oh, thanks. I mean, 15 pence an hour, what does that work out as? Work 40 hours a week, but then they take my breaks off me, so it works out at 37.5 hours that you actually get paid for, right? So 37.5 hours times 0.15. It's an extra £5.60 per week. So, because my brain isn't working, 5.6 times 4. Oh, it's an extra £22 a month. Wow. I mean, that's better than out, I suppose. I'll buy you precisely 1 pack of mince. Oh dear. Yeah, but it's weird. It's weird how you get used to it as well, isn't it? I find that weird. Like how quickly you get used to things. Like I was thinking, the things that like I used to buy 2 years ago that now I just don't, because you just think it's that I can't justify the price. And like again, it's not even so much that you can't afford it. It's just that like it's not worth that much money to me, you know. And meat is a big one. Like mince used to be like cheap. That was the point of mince. Now, Jesus Christ, remortgage your house. Oh dear. Need a side hustle, I think. You know, like a YouTube channel or something. I need to find a way to make a YouTube channel profitable without actually having too many subscribers or viewers, because it freaks me out if too many people watch. Oh. Oh, Welsh friend had a £25 a month raise once. Same day mortgage went up and wiped it out. Put in a higher wage bracket, so I had to pay more for your pension. Yeah, cost you £50. Yeah, I've had people who because like people who don't work enough hours to earn enough to pay tax, or sometimes get caught out, because over the coronation weekend, when King Charles was crowned, if you worked the coronation weekend, you got paid double time. So there were people who were just working their normal shift who normally weren't earning enough to pay tax, so they would get to keep their whole wage. But because it was double time, it pushed them up into the paying tax bracket, and they actually got paid less. And you sort of think, I mean, tax is ridiculous. I mean, they take like £250 off me each month in tax. And then you think, what's the point? The NHS is collapsing. They don't have enough money to fix the roads. The police are so underfunded that, like, you know, where's it going? It's paying everybody's child benefit. That's where it's going. And the people who are on child benefit, I mean, we're straying dangerously close into politics. I'm not going too far down this road, don't worry. But, you know, the people who are on child benefit quite often are also working, but they work part-time, so they don't pay tax. But, you know. So what should we talk about now? Should we talk about something happy, not about like the cost of living crisis and the price of chocolate? How much fucking tax we pay and where it goes. Being poor can be quite expensive. Yes. Have you seen that Kevin Bridges clip? I imagine it will not have made it across the pond. Kevin Bridges did his stand-up bit about how he would fix the economy. I mean, it was from a few years back. I think it was before the cost of living crisis, actually. About how he would put the dole up. It's so funny. It's such a funny clip, but like it's also kind of true. Like you can sort of see that he's right, where he says the bit about the problem with the economy. It's not poor people spending, it's rich people saving that's the problem. And it's true, because that's not how the economy is meant to function. What is meant to happen is that the rich people are meant to spend their money, and the money trickles down to the middle class people, and the middle class people spend their money, and it trickles down to the lower class people, working class, whatever you want to call them, and then everybody has money. When the rich people save all their money and hoard it all and put it in offshore accounts, it gets stuck, and there's no money to go back into the economy. So in order for an economy to function, people need to spend money, which means the money needs to be given to people who are going to spend it, which tends not to be rich people, because they didn't get rich by spending lots of money. But you know. But it's a really funny clip, that Kevin Bridges clip. It's so funny. I love Kevin Bridges. Oh, I watch a lot of his clips on YouTube, and I'm not very much into stand-up comedy. I don't like stand-up comedy as a rule, but I love watching Kevin Bridges clips. Like, he's so funny. I think he's just so relatable. Like, you can tell he's just such a normal bloke. You know what I mean? uh... Let's get back to Dragon Age and Dora in her knickers. Yes, what's the specific challenge again? What is your strategy? I like that you're optimistic enough to think that I have a strategy, Fred. The idea is we're going to do the final battle. So like the Battle of Denerim. So from the point where you start at the main gates. With Dora, naked, armed. She'll have swords, but naked. Without a party around her, so it's just her. And she's going to run in screaming and see what happens. But bearing in mind, you can call on people during the final battle, can't you? Like, you could call on the dwarves and the elves and people like that, you know, depending on which sides you've allied with, and mages and things like that. So she will be able to call in allies. This is why I thought we'd do it without a party. Because I was like, well, if she's got a party around her, and then the fact you can call in allies as well, it's sort of like... Firstly, like, it doesn't matter so much if Dora dies in that scenario, because, like, the rest of the party will just keep on fighting. So then the whole kind of, like, it won't be as much of a challenge, you know what I mean? Whereas if I send her in on her own, I have to keep Dorabella alive. So she will be able to call in allies to help, but she's not going to have any of the actual party members with her. If you can do that in the final battle, you can do that in the final battle, can't you? Hopefully you can. Presumably. You must be able to. And just see how far we get. And if we get all the way to the Archdemon, she's going to fight the Archdemon in her knickers. So, no. Can you even do the final challenge in order without companions? But that's what I'm just thinking. You must be able to. Hopefully. Hopefully, I don't know. When my computer's working again, I'll give it a go and see what happens. But yeah. But I came up with the idea and thought, oh my god, that's a brilliant idea. And then I thought, how the hell am I ever going to do that? I don't know, but it'll be funny. Whether I succeed or not. It'll be a good 500 subscriber special. That's a hair bobble that Scorpio chewed. I had to stop him from eating it. But he chewed it apart. Actually, do you want to know where I got the idea from? Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I asked ChatGPT to come up with ideas for Dragon Age Challenge videos. And it came up with naked warden challenges. And I was like, oh my god, have you watched my bloody Dorabella live streams? I was like, that's a brilliant idea. Yeah, ChatGPT came up with a good idea. I've started using it, right? I know I've given into the AI overlords. I know I'm a traitor to my kind, I know. But I started using it out of curiosity. Because I've got a friend who uses it a lot. And she'll do things like when she's on dating apps, right? And she's messaging someone. She will ask ChatGPT how to respond to messages. Right? And I'm like, oh my god, is this the world we're living in? We meet potential romantic partners on dating apps and then we ask AI to help us flirt with them digitally. Like, Jesus Christ. But I sort of thought, do you know what? It might be kind of funny to chat with an AI. I'm curious. Like, there's AI everywhere now. You should at least know a little bit about it. So I downloaded it onto my phone. Right, and we actually had a very intellectual discussion about about how long it would theoretically take the galaxy to recover from the destruction ending of Mass Effect. That was the first conversation I ever had with ChatGPT, because I was like, what the fuck am I going to ask it? And I was like, I know, we'll ask about Mass Effect. So Reapers will be pleased, says Red. Right, and what I've started doing is I have actually started using it to help with lore videos, but not like hugely. Like, I am writing them, right? They are. I am completely. I'm not like using ChatGPT to write scripts for me or anything like that. But like what I find it useful for is compiling lists of things. Because my my brain like is not good at handling too much information at once. You see what I mean? And I'm writing a like a traveller's guide to Halcyon for the Outer Worlds, right? Going through each location. And this was the first time that I thought, oh, I could actually use ChatGPT like in a practical way. Because I was like, I need just like a list of every location without me having to like go through the wiki and find every location and try and piece it together, because my brain was just going and so I just went on and I was like, can you compile me a list of every location? And it did, and I was like, oh, cool. And I do sometimes dig a bit deeper and do things like, oh, can you create me a thumbnail or something like that? I would never use it in a million years. I just do it out of curiosity, and I honestly, we do not have to worry about AI taking over the world anytime soon. It is the stupidest piece of technology. Like, the shit that it comes out with. I can't believe people use it to write, like, essays and things like that. Half of the shit that it tells you is wrong. Like... But, so, to give you an example. So, yes, when I was thinking up ideas for the 500 subscriber special, I was like, I need ideas for, like, what to do as a Dragon Age Challenge video. So I went on and I was like, give me ideas for a Dragon Age Challenge video. And it came up with some pretty good ideas, right? So it did all right there. But then there's another video that I want to make, which is like secrets and mysteries in Dragon Age Origins. So there is the secret dragon battle in Orzammar, which I didn't know about until you lot told me about it when I was doing the live streams. There is the secret graveyard in Haven, which I also did not know about until you lot told me about it. And I was like, what else is there? What else could I put in? And I was just thinking. And I went, oh, I'll see if the AI can come up with anything. Tech guys explain this as AI hallucinating. Oh, I agree, right? Because this is right. So I asked ChatGPT, can you come up with like mysteries and secrets, a list of like mysteries and secrets in Dragon Age Origins that I could put in a potential YouTube video, right? You want to know what it came? I'm sure the conversation's saved, right? See if I can look at what it came up with. It came up with nothing that like there are things like the you know the summoning sciences quest in the Mage Tower, and how you can summon that secret guy who basically tells you the storyline of Inquisition. It didn't come up with him. It didn't come up with... I don't know, I thought up a few other ones afterwards that I thought, oh no, I didn't come up with that one. Dragon Age challenge ideas, there we are. Right. So this is some of the stuff it came up with. Yeah. So, yes, I have to come up with secrets, mysteries, and Easter eggs in Dragon Age Origins that I could put in a YouTube video. That's what I asked you to come in, right? So came up with Orzammar's Secret High Dragon. Fair enough. Graveyard in Haven. Fair enough. Random encounter, Hungry Desire Demon, a rare world map event where a Desire Demon pretends to be a woman in distress. I think that one's true. I feel like I've come across that one before. But I didn't actually Google that one to double check. Right. Then it just came up with weird shit, like unfinished bridge in Orzammar. If you examine it, the codex notes it has been under construction for centuries. I don't understand why that's a secret, right? Then it came up with Tower of Ishal Revenant. In Ostagar, you can find a hidden Revenant fight if you loot the right scroll. And I thought, can you? Is there a secret Revenant in the Tower of Ishal that I've never known about? No. No, there isn't. Just made that up. Then we've got like Star Wars references and Lord of the Rings references. It wasn't really what I was after. Yeah, If you leave Ogren alone in camp with booze, he'll have a unique drunken cutscene. I think that's true. And then this one. Petting the dog. If you keep interacting with the Mabari enough, he has unique animations. Like, he sits down and rolls over. That's not a secret. Like, Connor's possession. If you go to the circle before Redcliffe, there are whole extra cutscenes most players never see. That's not really a secret. This one, right? This is the creepy one, right? The child skeleton in Redcliffe. Looting a house during the Undead Siege reveals the skeleton of a child with heartbreaking flavor text. Right? And I was like, what? I was like, I've never come across the skeleton of a child. What the hell are you talking about, the skeleton of a child? Right? And I Googled it. No. There is not the skeleton of a child in Redcliffe. Like, it has just made that up, right? So I went back on. And I went, where did you get the thing about the child skeleton in Redcliffe from? Where did that come from? How did you come to that conclusion? And then it just kind of went, there isn't a child skeleton in Redcliffe. I was like, yeah, but you said there was a child skeleton in Redcliffe. Like, where did you get that from? You must have got that from, like, you searched the internet to answer my question. Like, you must have found it somewhere, some obscure corner of the internet. There must be some weird reference to a child skeleton that doesn't exist. Otherwise, how else did you come up with it? There isn't a child skeleton in Redcliffe. I know that. So where did you get the child skeleton in Redcliffe? There isn't a child. I was like, for fuck's sake, I'm being bloody gaslit by an AI. Oh, dear me. And at that point, I was like, let's just put the nice AI down for now, shall we? Hey, honestly. So yes, I didn't find it particularly useful for thinking up ideas for that video, but it is occasionally useful. And it's always entertaining. Like, some of the shit it comes out with. You just think, eh? And sometimes I like to ask it, like, really meta shit. Like, I don't know, we had a whole conversation about, like, whether star signs might be real. Like whether, like, the zodiac and horoscopes and things. And, like, whether ghosts are real or not. Oh, yeah, you can get into some really deep conversations. It's quite interesting. Oh, we've gone down to 4 viewers. Oh, it's because I'm an AI slave now. They've abandoned me. AI doesn't understand what a lie is and why it is bad. I mean, like, you think that would be a thing that they would teach it. It's quite an important thing, you know. Video game publishers want to use AI instead of human writers to create content. Oh, that's terrifying. It was, I can't remember what, I think it was during the Mass Effect discussion. I've had a few Mass Effect discussions with it, like theoretical things. When I'm, like, dreaming up things for Living Legends, it's because Living Legends is set after the war. So when I'm trying to, like, think up how the galaxy has evolved since the war, sometimes I kind of go and have little conversations with ChatGPT, which sounds a bit weird now that I say that out loud, just to kind of throw ideas around, and it's not usually that useful, but, you know, and after it's finished answering one question for you, it'll always suggest, like, what it should answer for you next. And so I was having this conversation with it about Mass Effect, and then it was something like, would you like me to write you a short fan fiction about what the galaxy is like after the war? And I was like, no! I can write my own fan fictions, thank you very much. I should have said yes just to see what it would come up with. I was like, no, I don't want that. Oh. Jesus Christ. The thing, like, with creative stuff, like writing and drawing and stuff like that, there's no point in getting AI to do it. Because, like, it's meant to be about human expression. So there's no point in getting an AI to write a story. What's the point? You're missing the point. It's because they're trying to use stories to make money, but you know. Imagine if we did away with money. I often genuinely sit and try to think how a society would function without money. Like on a global scale. I mean, I know there are societies that have functioned without money on a small scale, but like on a global scale, how could you ever make that work? You know, like in Star Trek, it always bothered me in Star Trek that they'd just done away with money, and my brain would be going, yeah, but like, how does that work? Like, how does the world function? Because it sounds great in theory, but then when you start thinking about it, it's like, I don't understand. Unless you're going to get robots and AI to do everything and provide everything for people, and all of what they're providing is sort of evenly distributed. But, I don't know. Star Trek, the other societies still have money. Yeah, I know, like, exactly. Like, it sort of just goes to show that even they could, like, even the writers of Star Trek couldn't make it work. They were like, oh, we're going to live in this perfect world where they've done away with money. And then it's like, well, we need the other races to have money, though, because we can't really write a world where there isn't any money. We don't know how to do that. We love each other and make things free, yes. What a world. So, I want to talk about now. This spontaneous live stream. Well, the live stream's not spontaneous. The not playing anything is spontaneous. It's actually so simple that it's overlooked at every turn. I know. Always arseholes who mess it all up, though, aren't they? Imagine if we could just, like, breed out the arsehole gene in humans. There must be an arsehole gene. Just breed that out. Oh dear. I can't believe how well this live stream is doing. Mind you, when we went through that phase of doing the talkie live streams, they always did really well. Like, better than the gameplay live streams ever did. Apparently people just like watching me talk. About nothing. I'm looking at my phone to see if I can find things to talk about. I can hear a cat. Hello, Scorpy. You want to come up here? Yeah? Yeah? You want to come up here? Scorpy, come up here. Come on. If I was playing a game right now, you would be jumping up here and you'd be pushing the keyboard off the desk and you'd be getting in front of the screen so I couldn't see anything and you'd be knocking my mouse off because I'm not playing a game. You're just like, nah, can't be bothered. Hey. Oi. Scorpy. Oi. Come up here. Scorpy, come here. Come on. No, not interested. don't leave me. He left me. Well, I'm so annoyed my computer's knackered. I mean, I'll probably try it again tomorrow and see what happens. I didn't want to try live streaming with it after it had been being temperamental. I'm going to have to go like all of tomorrow without playing any video games. I might as well have signed myself up for a bloody overtime shift at work. What's a day off without video games? I mean, I can play a few on the laptop, but not the ones I want to play. Honestly. Anybody got any ideas? Play a board game. I don't have any board games. Could do a jigsaw. Got a jigsaw. Could do a jigsaw. Go all ASMR-y. Do a jigsaw. I don't know. I could surf the internet. I don't know what for. Oh, Living Legends has 471 followers. I haven't looked at how many followers it has for a long time. It's in 2 communities as well. I don't even know what that means. It has... Fred, I'm not trying to make you jealous, but Living Legends has... it has 85,797 views. Let's see if anybody's viewed it recently. I just don't even look at any of this stuff, you know. For the month of September, there have been a total of 123 views and 49 visitors. That's really friggin' impressive, considering... When did I last update it? When did I last update it? Where does it tell me where I last updated it? When were you last updated? February 15th, 2024. Ooh. Actually, that's more recently than I thought. When was it first uploaded? Does it tell me that? Published February 6th, 2018. Wow. How many words is it? Why does it tell me how many words it is? Can I add more characters? I wish you could just like post updates on fanfiction. I would love that. I wish there was just like a place where you could just like all the people who are following you, you could just say, look, I'm still working on it, alright? Like put a post up, but you can't really do that, can you? Not without like publishing a chapter and put it in as an author note. Oh, it's now 85,800 views. Somebody is currently viewing it. Oh, it was me, wasn't it? It was me that viewed it because I was looking at when it was published. Okay, it's fine. Oh, that's a nice round number, that 85,800. What was I looking at? How many words? How many words? Why don't you tell me how many words? You must tell me somewhere. Oh, words. 209,167 over 34 chapters. What's that, like, average per chapter then? Hang on, get me calculator out. Do some calculating. Two. Oh. Where are we? 9. 167 divided by 34. That is an average of 6,151 words per chapter. I do like a long chapter. So there we go. I don't know. I'm just randomly surfing the internet. Sometimes I love going. I love going on like the news feed. What is this? Captain knocking things over. Is it MSN that I'm on? I think it's MSN that I'm on. It's something. It's whatever comes up whenever I open a new tab. And you just have these articles that pop up, and you can tell just by reading the title that it's just middle class people who don't have enough to worry about in life, complaining about things that they don't need to complain about. My 5-year-old has a complex about food. It's her school's fault. I moved to Dubai for a different life, but I got a nasty surprise. Please stop suggesting a date night. I'd rather you unblock the train. Wow, and they say romance is dead. Hey, God. Sometimes I think it's just so funny the shit that people will write articles about. What? What? What's the matter? Come here then, we can have some cat cam. Come on. No. I want you to come to me, actually. Well, tough. I'm very busy right now, Star. I'm very busy. Some of them are just ridiculous, aren't they? At 51, my younger boyfriend isn't a status symbol. Nobody gives a fuck, man. Oh well. What is he doing? Scorpio. Scorpio. Get out of the sink. Scorps. How? If you knock that soap off of there, I will kill you. Lipstick. We both got into fan fiction for the fame and fortune, right? We did, Fred. We did. What staying silent in the group chat says about you, according to psychologists. I tend to stay silent in the group chat just because, I don't know, more of an eavesdropper, to be honest. Hey, honestly. So, what do we want to talk about now, then? I mean, I've got 2 copies of PC Gamer here. I could read them. Oh, that one's not actually a copy of PC Gamer. Is that a copy of PC Gamer? No, that is games that you can get for the Nintendo Switch 2, which I will not be getting because it's freaking extortionate. Have you seen how much it is? Like 400 quid? However. Ooh. Oh my god! Wallace and Gromit cracking collectibles! I feel like I definitely have to waste my money on that. Register today to get a 10% discount off your first order. I enjoy that it doesn't put any prices on. Should we see? Shall we scan the QR code to see how much a Wallace and Gromit collectible is? For like 300 quid. $94.99. $94.99. Oh, but it's so cute though. Look! You get... Look! I don't know how well you can see that on the camera, but look! You get all 3 for $94.99 and then you can put them together and make a little train. That's my favourite bit in all of Wallace and Gromit, you know, where they're on the little train with the penguin. I love that bit where Gromit's building the track as they're going along. I love that bit so much. I've still never watched the new one, you know. I keep meaning to because it's on iPlayer, I think, but I've never watched it yet. It was on last Christmas, wasn't it? I think I was in a bit of a funny place mentally last Christmas. I shut myself away from the world. Didn't want anything to do with anything. Yeah, like they always have gaming computers at the front of PC Gamer, right? And I can't believe how cheap they are. Like £999. Trouble is, I'm not enough of a nerd to be able to know how good that computer is just based on, like, its specs. It looks pretty good, I think. I feel like. PC Specialist, that's where I got this from. UK's favourite system builder. Oh my god. Scorpio man. Are you just hyper? Why didn't you come up here then? I'm actually giving you permission to come up here. Come up here. Come on. Come on. Come up here. Scorpy, come up here. Come on. You know what? If we were playing Dishonored right now, there would have been so much cat cam. You would have jumped up here so often. But no. Such a dipstick. Bond is back in an explosive new origin story adventure. Hi, you okay? You alright? Don't click on things. Don't click on things, Scorpio. That's not... No. Oh, we've gone down to 3 viewers? Is that because of you? Oh! Or is it because of me? It's probably because of me, to be fair. Go on OBS so that we can see us. Look, that's us. Oh. Oh. Hey? We say hello. Oh! Say hello. Wave your little paw. Wave your little paw and say hello. Say hello to the people, Scorpio. Look. Hello! Yeah. Hello, everybody. The gaming PC is broken, so we have to have cat entertainment instead. Oh dear. Put us back on the chat so I can see what people are chatting about. Not much. In case we... Yeah. Hello. You alright? Yeah? Okay. Got down to 2 viewers, Scorpy. You've scared them off. It must be because you're so big. They think like a jaguar just jumped up here. And they think that you're going to maul me to death. And they don't want to watch that. Yeah. This would be more entertaining if we were playing Dishonored, wouldn't it? We could play I Spy. Would that work? I'm trying to think of games that we could play that would work, like, across the chat. You know, one of my favourite games, and nobody ever wants to play it with me. Like, nobody that I know in real life. And we did play it once on the live streams, and people weren't that interested. And it's like my favourite game. And nobody ever wants to play it with me, right? And it's a game where you say a line of dialogue from, like, a game or a TV series or something, and then the other person has to guess who said it. And I love that game, and nobody ever wants to play it with me. Me and my brother used to play it sometimes. But I love that, because I love dialogue. You know, we could narrow it down to a specific thing, like it has to be from Dragon Age, or it has to be from Mass Effect or something. Nobody else seems to think that game is fun. I think that game's fun. Fred would play that game. Should play that game. Or we could, I don't know, trade riddles or something, I don't know. Have a sing-along, trying to think of things that people do. Hello. Okay, sweetie. Yeah. Hi. 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 You're so cute. Oh, yes. I just have a particular affinity for lines of dialogue, though. Like, I just remember, like, the weirdest lines from things that I watched, like, years and years ago. Some of them just stick in my head. Often from soaps. Soaps are very good for weird lines of dialogue. They just stick in my head for some reason. Like, I always remember... There's an episode of Emmerdale. Did anybody remember... Did anybody who's ever watched Emmerdale, do you remember Cameron? Who was, like... He became a serial killer. Because all the soaps, every so often, just need to have a serial killer. And Cameron, he was married to, or engaged or going out with Debbie. And then he had an affair with Chaz. And he got together with Chaz. But in the course of trying to, like, hide the affair with Chaz, he was, like, murdering people to keep them quiet. And then he left Debbie and he got with Chaz. And then he had an affair with Debbie. And he ended up going back to Debbie because he cheated on... he cheated on Chaz with Debbie. Chaz and Debbie are auntie and niece, by the way, just to make it even weirder. But anyway, this all culminated, and then it turned out that he'd been murdering people, including Chaz's sister. And it all culminated with he stole Zach's shotgun, and he had them all barricaded in the pub. And it was like, it was like a siege, and it went on for a week. It was like a week of special episodes, and it was the siege in the pub where he kidnapped the entire village and he was holding them, with Zach's shotgun, right? But there was a bit where Chaz and Debbie were both talking to him, right? And Chaz was saying something to him. I can't remember what she was saying. And then Debbie went, "Will you stop winding him up?" And Chaz looked at her and she went, "In case he what? Pulls a gun on us and holds us hostage." Because at the time he'd pulled a gun on them and was holding them hostage. And I don't know why. That line just sticks in my head. Like, it just pops into my head. Sometimes it makes me chuckle. Soulmate's here. Hello, Soulmate. My computer died, Soulmate. It died and then it wouldn't turn back on. I think it was overheating. That's what I think. That is my theory. I have emailed a computer repair person. Hopefully I will get it fixed. But it's not working at the minute, so we're just sat here talking about shit. So yes. I think it was over. I don't know. It started up, then it cut out, and then every time I was trying to turn it back on, it would start up and the fans would go and the lights would come on, and then it would just cut out again. And then when I started the live stream on here, I went to show you and I turned it on and it fired up. But then I just shut it back down again because I was like, I don't want to mess around with it while it's doing weird shit. But I was thinking, well, it had about 10 minutes to cool down, hadn't it? So maybe it was overheating. Because that's what they do when they overheat, they just cut out, don't they? So I wonder if that's it. Because it's got fans, but there's also a water cooling thing in there, and I don't know if it's just... I don't know. Did it die on the stream? Yes. There's about a 4-minute long stream you can go and watch, if you like. Or it died while I was streaming. Yeah. I'm trying to think of random lines that stuck in my head now. I can never think of them when I want to think of them. I've just got loads of random lines of dialogue just floating around my head. Just from like random shit. Episodes of Casualty and things like that. I haven't watched Casualty in years. It's still going, isn't it? Holby City ended, didn't it? Because Holby City was a spin-off of Casualty. And Holby City ended, but Casualty is still going. We're doing a lot of talking about telly this live stream. Your fans might not be working. They still make a fan noise even when they're useless. Oh, I did not know that. I think it might be something because I have said the last few weeks it's been louder than it used to be. Like the fans are louder. So I'll wait till the computer repairman gets back to me. I don't want to try like booting it up. Because if it is overheating, I don't want it to actually like, you know, overheat and fry itself. Could be everything from CPU to power issues. I know, I'm trying not to think about it, soulmate. I don't want it to be something like, you know, expensive. Don't want it to be like the motherboard or anything. That wouldn't be fun, happy times. But you know, let's not worry about it. So if we do want to play the dialogue game, nobody ever wants to play with me. What do you want? Do we want to pick like a specific thing that the dialogue has to be from? It has to be something that we would all know. So it'd have to be something like Dragon Age or Mass Effect. I'm trying to think what else I know well enough that the rest of you would know. You had a CPU explode on you once. Friggin' hell. Yeah. That doesn't sound fun. Dragon Age. Okay. Okay. Who wants to play? As in, like, how many of you want to actually, like, be the ones? Because we can take it in turns to, like, who gives the line of dialogue, and then the rest have to guess who it is who said the line of dialogue, right? So how many of you want to give lines of dialogue? And we can take it in turns. Fred and Davros so far. I'll give it a few more minutes to see if anybody else pipes up. I think there's only Welsh Friend and Soulmate. Okay, so do any of you have a line of dialogue? Because I'm trying to think of one. It can be really obscure if you want, or really easy, whichever way you want to go. Dragon Age, think Dragon Age, think Dragon Age. Think Dragon Age, think Dragon Age. Think Dragon Age. I mean, if any of the rest of you have one, you can pipe up. Because I'm thinking, me little cogs are turning. Been a while since I played a Dragon Age game, you know? wait, no, I've got one, right? It's popped into my head because I'm going to use it in the next upcoming law video. Well, the one about the Orléans monarchy, the one I'm currently writing, I'm going to use this clip. I'm going to use this line of dialogue, right? So this is the line of dialogue. So who said this? I think this is quite an easy one. Right? I think this is quite an easy one. Right. Who said Orlais keeps to winter at bay? There you go. It's actually hard to think, says Davros. It is, isn't it? But I think it's quite fun. I quite enjoy it. Orlais keeps to winter at bay. That's the line. Dorian, no. Not Dorian. You're in the right area. Marjolaine, no. If you need a clue, I can tell you which game it's from. Me and my brother used to play this game. We used to play for hours and hours and hours. Oh, childhood memories. We also used to choreograph lightsaber battles with broomstick handles. When we were like 25. Vivienne, no. You're getting warmer. Oh, Vivian's got loads of iconic lines we could go for. Josephine! Davros gets it! Well done, Davros. Josephine gets it. Says it even. Josephine says it in the cutscene where they're first discussing going to the Winter Palace. And how they've been invited. Or they're trying to get invited or whatever to the ball. And because they've uncovered the plot to assassinate Celine. And she says, yes, Orlais keeps to winter at bay, and it's something basically like if Orlais falls, we're all screwed. It's something along those lines. But I don't actually think that's true. I think Navarra keeps to winter at bay, and I'm going to do a whole lore video about that as well. Because when I was researching the history and politics of Navarra for the A to Z, although I never got around to doing the Navarra entry, it struck me that Navarra is the real power in Thedas, but I'm going to do a whole video about that. So, well, Davros, you got it right. Do you want to do the next one, if you can think of one? It's not easy, is it? It's not easy to think of one. And if you can't think of one, we'll let Fred do one. Davros is thinking. It's like those games that you used to come up with on like long car journeys to try and pass the time in it. We always used to have sing-alongs on long car journeys. We used to sing the Quartermaster's Store just for hours. Because the fun thing about the Quartermaster's Store is that you can make up your own verses to it, can't you? Not that I'm nervous about speaking because I feel like I'm distracting Davros. You don't actually think your jokes are funny, do you? Is that the quote, Davros, or are you just saying that to me? Okay, I think that's the quote. You don't actually think your jokes are funny, do you? Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's a tough one, that is, lad. Trying to think who I could imagine saying that. And I could imagine a lot of people saying it. Who was the funniest protagonist? What, Hawk? Is it Hawk? You're not meant to give me clues, Davros. You're making it too easy. Was that Hawk? I was going to guess Dorian. I feel like I can hear Dorian's voice saying that. No, but Hawk's game. Being said to Hawk. Oh, being said to Hawk. Oh, who would have said that to Hawk? Trying to project myself into Dragon Age 2. Is it Isabella? Or Anders? I feel like it could be Anders. Soulmate says Aveline. Anders! Hey! Yeah. I feel like I can remember him saying that. I think. Somewhere in the back of my mind. Okay, Fred. Fancy one? Fancy giving us a line? We've only got an hour left of the live stream, guys. It's fine. You'll be released soon. Steam is flashing up telling me games are on sale. Oh, Fred's got us a quote. Please, I have done so much wrong. Allow me to do one last thing right. Ooh, that's deep. Ooh, who would have said that? Oh, that's got me a little cogs turning. One last thing right. That sounds like it's a sort of like final goodbye type thing. Like, is this someone who then dies doing something heroic? I'm half thinking Clarel, but I don't think it is Clarel. Is it Clarel? I can't remember her saying that. I'm just trying to think of scenarios where somebody has like a heroic last thing. Oh, is it Loghain? Like before he like kills the archdemon or something. Assuming he does kill the archdemon. It's Loghain! Yes! Yes! Oh. Okay. Does Soulmate want to offer one, or is or it just can't talk? Soulmate, do you want to give us a line of dialogue, or would you rather just be a guesser? We don't have to play this for the whole last hour, by the way. I won't inflict that on you. Soulmate would rather just guess. Okay, I will think of one then. Talk amongst yourselves. It's really hard, isn't it? Davros has got an easy one. Go on then, Davros. Give us your easy one while I'm thinking of one. Oh, I've got one. I'm going to let Davros do his first. I've got one. Beg that I succeed, for I've seen the throne of the gods, and it was empty, Corypheus. Oh, that's a great line, isn't it? Isn't that just... Oh. Know me. Know what you have pretended to be. Oh. And then what... I'm going to try and go on, but I'm going to mess it up. I know I am. It's like... Oh, man. I always try and learn it off by heart, and I never quite can. Where he says something like... What is it? That which marks you, that which you flail at rifts, I crafted to assault the very heavens. And you used the mark to undo my work. And I always loved, for 1,000 years I was confused. I love that bit. Anyway, there's a huge delay for the text. Is there quite a latency? I think there probably is. Yeah. I imagine that means Soulmate actually got that one before me. Okay, do you want to hear my one? I think this is quite an easy one as well, because there's probably only one character in all of Dragon Age who would ever say this, but it is one of my favourite lines. So, I bet you'd make a great Griffin Wrangler. That's the line. And guess who said it? Varric, no. Not Varric. There is one particular Dragon Age character who is quite obsessed with griffins, though. Nev? No, not Nev. I was trying to think of ones from Veilguard, but I've only played it the once. I don't really know it well enough yet. Iron Bolt? No. God, we're up to 6 viewers. All we're doing is sitting here trading lines of Dragon Age dialogue and trying to guess who said them. Isn't this riveting entertainment? It's what happens when computers break. Oh, no OBS, see what I look like. Am I looking fat? I feel like I'm looking fat. Gotta get that winter layer, don't you? Keep yourself warm. That's what it is. I've definitely not been sticking to the diet. And I haven't done my exercises in like 2 months. I need to sort myself out. Get back into it. Harding, no. I thought this one was going to be easy. I'll give you a clue. It is said to Isabella in Dragon Age 2. In fact, I think it's a DLC conversation. I think. I can't remember though. So I suppose it is not a conversation you would necessarily come across. Thing is, I go on YouTube and find all of like the dialogue and banter and cutscenes So I've kind of seen all of it. I kind of forget that not everybody does that. Hawk, no. In fact, when we get it, I will relay the entire conversation to you because I know the entire conversation. It's a bit of banter between Isabella and another companion. Hawk's sister? No. And I can relay the entire conversation to you. Because that's how weird my brain is. It just remembers conversations that fictional characters had in video games. The moody elf? No. We'll get there eventually. Fred gives up. It's Meryl, man. It's Meryl. Meryl who wants a pet griffin. And she has this bit of banter with Hawk. Not with Hawk, with Isabella. Where she goes, what would you be if you weren't a pirate? And Isabella goes, I've never given it much thought. Perhaps a poet. Right? And then she laughs. Right? And then Meryl goes, you'd make a great griffin wrangler. Right? And Isabella goes, I'm sorry, what? And then Meryl goes, you're so quick and clever, you'd be brilliant. And you'd get a baby griffin for me, wouldn't you? And then Isabella goes, it makes me giggle just thinking about it. She goes, Kitten, if griffins were real, and if I were a griffin wrangler, then yes, I would get a baby griffin for you. I think it's during the Mark of the Assassin DLC. I think that's when that conversation crops up. I think. So, I do have a particular obsession with conversations between Isabella and Meryl, though, because they are so funny. Honestly, they're so funny. She has a one where, you know how Isabella has really high boots? She has thigh-high boots. And she's saying to Meryl something about you need to get a pair of proper boots like mine. And Meryl goes something like, I couldn't wear your boots. I'd get lost in them. They go on forever. I've dropped pebbles. I've dropped stones to the bottom. They take forever to reach the bottom. Right? And Isabella just goes, that's why I've been finding stones in my boots. Oh, just always makes me laugh. Fred's turn. Go on, Fred. I'm sure we'll be at each other's throats again in no time. Oh, I know this one. Varric. Is that right? Oh, Irving says soulmate. Oh, I think soulmate's right, actually. Irving to Greg. Oh, well done, soulmate. I had a feeling Varric said that to Cassandra. Why did I think that? But no, you're right, Irving. I remember that now. Well done, soulmate. Does Davros want to give us another one? We can stop anytime you want, you know, if you get sick of it. It's fine. It's just no one ever wants to play it with me. And the cats are rubbish. Like, they never know the answers. So, you know. They just look at me like, what the hell's wrong with you? Waiting for Davros. It's very exciting. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. You have as much time as I have arrows, Leliana. Oh, I love that scene. Oh man, that's like such a badass moment, isn't it? The time travel bit. You have as much time as I have arrows. And then she goes running out and she has that dramatic cutscene where she's shooting them all. And then she runs out of arrows and she just starts beating them with the bow. I love that. It's one of my favourite lines. Is it me then? Okay. It's difficult. I'm trying to pick ones that are not too obscure, but also not too easy. But then I think my idea of what's obscure is skewered by the fact that, like, I know lots of really obscure lines of dialogue. And I sort of forget that maybe not everybody, like, knows all of that. Because yeah, like I say, I go and watch all the YouTube videos and get like every single line of banter that like you would never hear in the game just from playing it. There's lots of like little hidden bits of dialogue, you know, that you would never possibly hear. Like, there's messengers going between all the advisors in Skyhold, relaying like little messages between the advisors, and you hear some of them. But if you go on YouTube, you can find a video that has like all of the potential lines of dialogue, and most of it I have never heard in game. But anyway, let's think of a line. I'm looking around my room for inspiration. I have a lot of Dragon Age stuff in here. I actually have Dragon Age quotes on the wall over there. So, you know. Okay, I've got one, but I don't know if I've remembered it exactly right. The last word might be wrong, but it's a word that means the same thing. Can I say one that I don't know if I'm entirely right about? I think I'm right about it. Oh, can I? I don't know. I don't know if I want to say it now. Also, it's quite obscure. I think it's unfairly obscure. Okay, think of a different one. You see the cogs turning. Okay, I've got a good one. I've got a good one. Right. This is a good line. Your opinion of me must be very low for me to surprise you so often. There we go. That one's quite obscure as well, actually, now I think about it. Your opinion of me must be quite low for me to surprise you so often. There we go. Morrigan, no. It's probably too obscure. It's probably too... Zev, no. It's too obscure, isn't it? Magpie. Not everybody knows Dragon Age off by heart like you do. Sebastian, no. Holding on to 5 viewers here. God knows how. Apparently this is entertainment. And this is why nobody will play with you. And I know, Welsh friend, I know. I ruin it by making it too difficult. It's not fun. Oh. Mafia the Old Country is a failed experiment, apparently. Is that... I've seen Mafia the Old Country. I've seen it around. Is that, like, part of, like, the Mafia series? Like, you know. I can hear noises. Don't like it when I can hear noises. It means cats are up to things. Oh yes, it is actually part of the Mafia series. I didn't know they were still making Mafia games. Jesus. No idea, Stavros. I've made it too hard, haven't I? It's Cassandra. It's a bit of banter that she has with Solus. I can't remember what it is he says to her. Or what she says to him. But he says, "You surprise me again, Seeker." And she says, "Your opinion of me must be very low for me to surprise you so often." And he says, "Not low, just realistic." And then I can't remember where it goes after that. I think it's Fred's turn. Is it Fred's turn? I think it's Fred's turn. If you want to do a one, Fred, or we could do something else. Not bothered. I'm happy to play for as long as you want to play. But if you don't want to play anymore, that's fine. There's nothing worse than being trapped in a game that you don't want to play anymore, is there? When the other person still does want to play. Oh, Fred's got a tough one. Oh, I like a tough one. Okay. Warden, I'm afraid we can't leave the fate of all Ferelden up to your dog. Oh! Well, I'm guessing that's from Origins. Oh, that is a tough one. I can't even think what scenario that would. Is it all Eamon? I'm guessing. I don't think I've ever heard that line before. But I wonder what happens if you try to make your dog dual Logain. I don't know if the game lets you do that. That's the only scenario I can currently think of where that line might come up. Yeah, I was right. You're right, Welsh friend. This is why nobody plays with me. I make quotes that are too hard, and then I guess other people's too easily. Oh dear. Okay, Davros. If you can think of one, you can be up next. I want to try that now. I want to try making my my dog dual Logain. Oh. To be fair, it makes about as much sense as like leaving the fate of Ferelden up to this random Grey Warden who's just rocked up. You know. I have a question. This new James Bond film, not film, video game that they're apparently doing. I'm assuming that's James Bond. Who is that meant to be? Like, which version of James Bond is that meant to be? Because it looks like Tom Cruise. To my knowledge, Tom Cruise has never played James Bond. Or have they just created a unique James Bond? Who even is James Bond these days? Has there been a one since Daniel Craig? I don't know when the last James Bond film came out. Woo! Been many, many years since I watched a James Bond film. Many, many years. He does look, it looks like Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise has never played James Bond. They haven't picked a new one yet. I know sometimes they talk about making James Bond a woman, and I'm a bit like, that would be like making Lara Croft a man. Like, no. There's nothing wrong with keeping male characters male. I mean, it was very exciting when we got a female Doctor in Doctor Who, but that was different. If they did make James Bond a woman, would they still have, like, a Bond girl? Or would they have a Bond boy? It's non-copyright James Bond, okay. Just a random James Bond. Ooh, that looks a bit dramatic. What's that? That looked dramatic. Lesbian James Bond. What would she be called? Jamie. From Denmark with love. Bond is back for his most ambitious virtual adventure yet. You know, there are a surprising amount of James Bond games. I looked them up and I was like, oh, I didn't know there was any James Bond games at all, but there's a surprising amount of them. There's a lot of Sherlock Holmes games, like tons. Ooh, The Outer Worlds 2. Release date October 29th. My bloody computer better be working by then because I've friggin' pre-ordered the thing. There's a lot of Sherlock Holmes games because he is in the public domain. How amazing would it be to create a character, write stories about them, and then like 100 or so years later, I don't know, when was Sherlock Holmes written? I genuinely have no idea when Sherlock Holmes was written. Can't be that long ago in the grand scheme of things, but you know, people are still making stories about it. How cool would that be? When was Sherlock Holmes written? First appearance 1887. So it's not like that long ago, but you know, Victorian-y times. It's over 100 years. How amazing would that be? Can you imagine? I mean, you wouldn't know about it, but that's not the point. It would still be cool, wouldn't it? 100 years later, people are still writing your character. Meow to you too. What? Meow meow. Got half an hour left. What do we want to do? Actually, I'll tell you what we could do. Since we've started talking about... Well, we talked about when Sherlock Holmes was written. I was going to say, since we started talking about history, we haven't really. We talked about when Sherlock Holmes was written. But... Stop! What? I know for a fact you have got food. And your litter tray is clean. I'll tell you what they don't have. They don't have water because I washed their water bowl and it's still sitting on the drying rack. But you're not going to like die of dehydration in the next half an hour. So just chill your boots. What was I saying? Yes, I constructed a timeline for one of the upcoming Mass Effect lore videos. And it is the Mass Effect timeline next to a list of major events from human history, like real world history, to show how they match up against each other. What? It's quite interesting. Oh, Star, why you sound so sad? What's wrong? You've not given me any attention all evening. Because, yeah, when you start looking at the Mass Effect... You know what? It's very frustrating writing lore videos for Mass Effect because there's no lore. right? They just didn't write law. They wrote a list of bullet points of like, well, this happened and this happened, and then you've got nothing else. There's no specifics. Like when you're doing Dragon Age lore, like I am managing to write a lore video about the history of Olay and managing to like, I mean, it's not as in-depth as, I mean, like, I was going to say it's not as in-depth as like real world history. Obviously it's not. But like, you know, it's not like pages and pages and pages and pages of codex entries. It's a few scattered codex entries, but enough to like piece together a picture. And you've got like names of people who lived like 300 years before the games are even set. And just like obscure people who you would only come across by reading every codex entry in the game. But you know, it makes the world feel full. Like there's enough there for me to write a lore video about the history of Olay before the games even take place. If you can't do that with Mass Effect, because you can sort of say, the Rachni Wars happened, and they happened between this date and this date. That's it. Like, you don't have famous people who fought in the Rachni Wars, or major events that happened throughout the Rachni Wars. I mean, the Rachni Wars spanned hundreds of years. You literally just have, they happened. That's it. And it's really frustrating. So, like, it's difficult to write lore videos because there's no fucking lore. But there is a Mass Effect timeline which sort of shows, like, major events from the history of the galactic community. And I put it alongside, like, major events from human history. So, we start off roughly in 4000 BC. You have ancient Mesopotamia, right? That's kind of where we are in 4000 BC. We're in, you know, roughly the time of ancient Mesopotamia, right? 2600 BC, we have the construction of the pyramids of Giza. 753 BC, we have the founding of Rome, right? So these are all events from human history, right? So 753 BC, founding of Rome. A little after that, 580 BC, we have the Asari leaving Thessia and at some point discovering the Citadel. Right? I mean, not leaving Thessia as in abandoning it, but like, you know, discovering space travel and travelling to the stars and discovering the Citadel, right? 520 BC, so just a few decades later, we have the Solarians discovering the Citadel and making first contact with the Asari. 509 BC, around 10-ish years later, 10, 11 years later, we have Rome becoming a republic on Earth. So while the Asari and the Solarians are discovering the Citadel and making contact with each other, we've got Rome becoming a republic. 500 BC, the Citadel Council is formed. 300 BC, the Volus, Batarians, Elcor, Hanar and Quarians all join the galactic community, but we don't have any details on how each one joins the galactic community, or in what order they join the galactic community, or how they encounter each other. It's just like they turn up at some point. 69 BC, Cleopatra is born. 27 BC, the Roman Republic falls and Rome becomes an empire. 1 AD, we have two things. Firstly, we have the birth of Christ, obviously, and then we also have the outbreak of the Rachni Wars. 80 AD, the Krogan are uplifted by the Solarians and join the galactic community. 300 AD, the Rachni are declared extinct. So the Rachni Wars last for 300 years, and we have no information about them other than they happened. 410 AD, so around 110 years after the Rachni have been declared extinct, the Saxons settle in Britain. And then 476 AD, we have the fall of Rome. 700 AD, we have the Krogan rebellions begin, and the Turians join the galactic community. 710 AD, so 10 years later, we have the Genophage is unleashed upon the Krogan. And then 793 AD, so nearly 100 years later, we have the Vikings invading Lindisfarne, and I put that in there because I always make such a big deal about the fact that Assassin's Creed Valhalla didn't include Lindisfarne. I was like, but the Lindisfarne is known for being invaded by the Vikings and they didn't put Lindisfarne in a Viking game. And I get really annoyed. So yeah, 793 AD is when the Vikings invaded Lindisfarne. And then 7 years later, 800 AD, we have the end of the Krogan rebellions. 1066 AD, obviously, Norman conquest of England. 1347, I was trying to think how to say that number there, my brain wouldn't work. 1347 AD, we have the Black Death arriving in Europe. And then 1355 AD, so just a few short years later, Samara is born. Roughly. We don't have Samara's exact date, but part of this video is me like putting together a theoretical timeline of Samara's life. So I've got like key points of Samara's life put in here. And yeah, Samara is born right in the middle of the Black Death engulfing Europe. 1431 AD, so nearly 100 years later, we have Joan of Arc being burned at the stake. 1450 AD, Machu Picchu is built. This really surprised me when I was doing this, because I was trying to like just pick out key things from history. I always thought the Incas and the Aztecs were like an ancient civilization, and they're really not. They're a lot more recent than you would think. 1455 AD, Samara leaves Thessia and travels the galaxy. 1600 AD, the first sighting of the Collectors in the Mass Effect universe. And 1666, 66 years later, we have the Great Fire of London. 1700 AD, Samara returns to Thessia to start a family. 1715 AD, Morinth is born. 1755 AD, Morinth runs away and Samara becomes a Justicar. 1776 AD, America declares independence. 1788 AD, I think they're all AD at this point, you can stop saying AD. Australia is colonised by the British. 1789, the French Revolution. 1838, Queen Victoria is crowned. 1880, Arya takes over Omega. So Arya takes over Omega in Victorian times. Honestly, this shit blows my mind, right? 1895, the Geth War forces the Quarians off of Rannoch. And then 1914, so what, like 20-ish years later, World War I breaks out on Earth. 1939, World War II breaks out. 1947 is the partition of India. And then 2020, the COVID pandemic. And then we have 2154, Shepard is born. 2157, First Contact War between humans and Turians. 2183, Saren attacks the Citadel, that's Mass Effect 1. 2185 is Mass Effect 2. And 2186 is the Reaper invasion. Isn't that interesting? I thought that was, when I put that together, I was like, oh man. I knew Soulmate would have a lot to say about this. This is why I like you, Soulmate. The Aztecs and Incas of 15th century. I know, right? Like, I always thought that they were like ancient, and they're not that old at all. I was very surprised. And then just recently, I was watching. I can't remember what YouTube video I was watching. I cannot remember what YouTube video I was watching, but somebody said something like something. It would be like something, and the phrase "ancient Aztec ruins" was mentioned, and I was like, there aren't ancient Aztec ruins because the Aztecs weren't ancient. Yeah. Yeah, but I worked out that Samara was most likely, because like I've sort of pieced together Samara's life through a few key moments in her life that we do know what year they happened, like Morinth's birth and her running away and certain things like that. I sort of used that to piece together a theoretical timeline, and I worked out that Samara was probably born in the 14th century, which just made me laugh, because like if you had to pick from, say, recent human history, if you had to pick like what is probably the worst century, particularly in Europe, to be born into, like the 14th century, you've got the Black Death, the 100 Years' War. And before either of those things, you've got a giant fucking famine across all of Europe that killed a lot of people. So you had a giant famine, then you had the Black Death, and while all of this is going on, the 100 Years' War is also raging. Like, yeah, there was a very high death toll in the 14th century. It was not a fun, happy time. And I worked out that Samara was probably born, like, slap bang in the middle of the 14th century, and I was like, Jesus Christ. That just sums up Samara's entire life story, really, that doesn't it? Oh... 537 AD is up there with the worst century. I don't know what happened in 537 AD. That's not really my period. Hang on, I'll consult my timeline. Oh, was it the Romans doing things? Maybe. I don't know that much about that sort of time. I'm getting quite into Roman history at the minute, though. And I think it's because my vast array of history podcasts that I listen to, there's two particular Roman historians who are appearing on them a lot to talk about Roman history, and they're both so fun to listen to. So Emma Southern is one. She's hilarious. She's so funny if you ever hear her on any podcast. And she's written 3 books, and I bought the books that she's written. And I'm reading one at the minute about murder in ancient Rome. And the books are really funny as well. Like, there's some historians who are really funny when you hear them talk, but then when you buy their books are quite dry. And like, even as somebody who is really interested in history, sometimes reading a very kind of dry, dull history book is difficult. But Emma Southern's writing is so funny, honestly. And the other one is it Alex Meddings? I think that's his name. He's always really fun to listen to as well. And I think they're both just... because they've both been on Betwixt the Sheets. And I know Emma Southern has been on After Dark. I can't remember if the other one, whose name I may remember, has been on. But I know Emma Southern's been on both. And those are the 2 podcasts I predominantly listen to. I mean, there are a few others I dip in and out of. But Betwixt the Sheets and After Dark are my 2 favourites. And... yeah, they're doing a lot of like Roman history on Betwixt the Sheets at the minute. And I think it's probably just because those 2 guests are both so popular. Because they're both just so entertaining to listen to. And Roman history is really entertaining, isn't it? Because it's weird as hell. Like, really weird. like, sometimes you're listening to it and you're like, none of this can't be true, surely. But it's very entertaining. Hello. Okay? No? Okay. I've got 15 minutes left, kids. This very entertaining live stream. Oh, computer, why did you have to die? Why did you have to die when I was in the middle of such an... what's the word I'm looking for? Addictive Sims 3 playthrough. Like, I'm in the middle of a really good Sims 3 playthrough. I need to get it fixed quickly enough to be able to dive back into said Sims 3 playthrough. Because if you leave it too long and you try to go back and then you're like, oh, you have to start again, don't you? Oh, because of the volcanic winter of 1536 caused by a volcanic eruption early in the year, causing average temperatures in Europe and China to decline and resulting in crop failures and famine. Now, is that the one that wiped out somewhere? Oh, now I can't think where. There was some civilization. I remember watching. The BBC did a little documentary series about lost civilizations. Civilizations that just died out, like, more or less overnight, and trying to figure out why they died out. And there was some civilization somewhere, I cannot remember. And they thought they'd been wiped out by a volcanic eruption, like on the other side of the planet. What is wrong? You're too squeaky, Star. You are too squeaky. All you do is squeak. You squeak too much. You know what's going to happen if you keep squeaking? You're going to use up all the world's squeaks. That's what's going to happen. You're going to have hoarded all the squeaks and you'll have used them all up, and then there'll be no squeaks left for all the other puddies. And what if there's a puddy that needs to squeak one day because, like, its life is in danger and it needs to squeak to alert its owner, and it can't because you have used up all the squeaks? You need to have a bit of a break to let the squeaks, multiply. Because if you use them all up and then there's none left, then there's no squeaks to make baby squeaks anymore, and then you've just made the squeaks all extinct. There's an insight into the kind of conversations I have with my cats. Because there was also a big volcanic eruption in whatever year Frankenstein was written. It was the year without a summer, wasn't it? When it snowed in July and things like that, and that was because of a volcanic eruption, but the people didn't know that that's why it was. They just thought the world was ending or something, and that was when Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein. And I know that because After Dark did a podcast episode on it. And one of the things I like about After Dark, the podcast, is that at the beginning of each episode they do like a very theatrical, dramatic narrative where they like set the scene, right? And she did this narrative of the year without a summer where Mary Shelley was writing Frankenstein, and honestly it's very good. It's spine tingling. The opening of that podcast. They're actually on YouTube now. After Dark, they've got a YouTube channel, so you can go and watch their episodes. I prefer listening to them though. I did try watching one. I think being able to see them talking takes something away from it. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I prefer to just listen to them. I think it sounds quite cool though, having a volcanic winter. I mean, the whole famine thing would be an issue. I admit that wouldn't be so much fun. But oh god, I'd love it if like there was just like a big year without a summer. That sounds like heaven to me. There's no sunlight for a whole year. I'd be in my element, man. The vampire was based on Lord Byron, which checks out if you remotely know about the man. Yes, he had sex with his sister, didn't he, Lord Byron? Is that the one I'm thinking about, or was it his dad who did that? Because his dad was a bit of a fucked up weirdo as well, wasn't he? But yeah, Byron was not a nice person by any stretch of the imagination. Neither was Darwin. You ever want to look up how Darwin treated his wife? Fucking hell. He was awful to her. 10 minutes left, kids. Byron was a fruitcake, to put it mildly. He was, wasn't he? Friggin' mental. I think sometimes it's mad when you have like historical figures and then you dig into their personal life and you realise what a cunt they are. JFK was the one that really surprised me. They did I think it was Betwixt the Sheets, did an episode about JFK. Jesus Christ, he was a sociopath? Flippin' heck. Might have been a good president, I don't know. That would take some kind of political expert to say that. But like, in his personal life, Jesus. And it's not just that like he was a bad husband and a bit of an arsehole. I mean, he was on another bloody level. Like, Christ almighty. He did stuff that was downright evil, I think. But anyway. Isn't Ada Lovelace such a brilliant name? I think, of course, Lord Byron would have a daughter called Ada Lovelace. What a brilliant name. Seven minutes left. Any discussions we want to have? I mean, we don't have to stop at the 7-minute mark. You know, if we get into an interesting discussion, we can continue. It's fine. Can't believe we've just sat here and talked for like 4 hours. I mean, I know we've done it before, but like... Damn it, computer. We could have been doing a Dishonored permadeath, man. How? Would have been exciting. She was tutored in STEM fields because her mother was mortified she'd turn into her father. What, Ada Lovelace? I didn't think there was much danger of that. Lord Byron was one of a kind, man. Oh, it's raining very heavily out there. Oh, I love it. I love a bit of heavy rain. Are we still under a weather warning? I bet we are. Let's have a look. Yellow warning for rain. Yellow warning for rain in effect until Sunday, 3 a.m. Source: Met Office National Severe Weather Warnings. Well, we've got 7 o'clock rain, 8 o'clock rain, 9 o'clock rain, 10 o'clock rain, 11 o'clock rain. Midnight rain. Oh, 1 o'clock just cloud, 2 o'clock cloud, 3 o'clock rain, 4 o'clock rain. And then tomorrow it's meant to be sunny. I'll be able to get my washing dried. Mind you, it's very rare that the weather app is actually accurate, but you know. Tomorrow, sunny spells, a welcome break from recent heavy rain. No, I want more rain. I like rain. Want all the rain. All the rain. The live stream's got 6 likes. 6! That's more than the last one got. Christ. If I go on and like it, it'll be 7. I've just I just opened up Steam, the Steam app. You know, just to have a browse. I do that quite frequently, just to have a browse through games, right? And I'm on the homepage, and I've scrolled down to see what is new and trending. And the first thing that's popped up is a game called Megabunk. Apparently, it's an action roguelike. What's Megabunk? Smash your way through endless waves of enemies and grow absurdly powerful. Grab loot, level up, unlock characters, and upgrade to create unique and crazy builds as you fend off hordes of creatures. I thought it was going to be one of those disturbing sexual games that Steam keeps recommending to me for no well-explained reason. What are those cats doing? They're hyper. Honestly. Right. Shall we wrap things up then? Oh my god. Fred, I forgot to ask about your digestive biscuits. I've just opened up the Discord and found we were having a whole conversation about digestive biscuits that we never continued. We introduced Fred to McVitie's digestive biscuits. McVitie's! And then I was telling him about they should have a royal warrant on them. I'm assuming they still have a royal warrant on them, even if they've been exported to America. Oh my god, you know what I saw the other day? So, this is very exciting, right? This is very exciting. So, you know how there are certain products that have the royal warrant on them, right? And they have the royal seal, and then they have, what is it, by order of Her Majesty the Queen, right? Because it basically just meant that Buckingham Palace ordered them in. I think that's what it meant, right? And obviously the Queen has been dead for quite a number of years, and we have had King Charles on the throne for quite a number of years, and I have not seen a single royal warrant change, right? They all still say, by order of Her Majesty the Queen on them, right? Yesterday, I can't remember what it was on. When I was in the shop, I picked something off the shelf, and it had, by order of His Majesty the King on it, and I was like, I've not even seen that before. Like, it's only taken, how long's it even been? 3 years? Something like that? I don't know. Like, but then I was checking all the other things that have the royal warrant on it, and they all still said, by order of Her Majesty the Queen. I was like, Jesus Christ, how long is it going to take? Blimey. Like, I have not seen Charles on any money yet. All money that I have seen still has the Queen on. I'm like, by the time they get round to switching it over, bloody William will be on the throne. Like, geez, I've seen him on stamps. I have seen him on stamps. But even that took an absurdly long time. But I've not seen him on any money. Like, at all. Not even notes. Every single one that I've seen still has the Queen on. So that was my exciting bit of news. Right. Okay. Now should we wrap things up? Now that I've... Actually, there was... What was it? Was it Yorkshire tea that used to have... by order of His Majesty the Prince of Wales on... But he's not the Prince of Wales anymore. He's the King now. And I haven't checked a pack of Yorkshire tea to see if it still says. I'm just thinking it's Yorkshire tea. Cats are going to have my bloody life tonight, I can tell. Sometimes they're just hyper. Like, they're just hyper for no reason. Stop. So anybody can lick King Charles. Oh. And you don't lick stamps anymore. They're just sticky. You just stick them on. It's very boring. I used to love licking stamps. That's what a weird thing to say. I used to love licking stamps. Oh, they just take all of our fun, don't they? All the little pleasures we have in life, they must steal from us. We can't lick stamps anymore. Because they're just stickers. Oh, dear. Oh, my God. Guys. I've got the cat toys out. You can hear the cat toys. You can hear the little bells. They've got a toy box with all their cat toys in. And they go to the toy box and pick out which toy they want and then play with the toy. You know. Both insane. Do you want to come and say goodbye? Like, no, we are obviously very busy. I bet if I had been playing Dishonored, you'd have been up here non-stop, wouldn't you? Looking at me all innocent. Bet they can't even see you on that carpet, Scorpio. You just blend in. Camouflaged. Right, anyway, we shall wrap things up. So, I will keep you updated on the computer situation. Next week, there wasn't going to be a live stream anyway, because I'm doing other stuff. And one of the things I was going to be doing was working very hard to try and get lore videos finished for the big channel comeback in October. But I need this computer to edit them. I will continue writing them, and I can record them on the laptop, and if push comes to shove, I can edit them on the laptop if I absolutely have to. But I can't guarantee the quality will be quite as good. So, the next live stream that I was planning was going to be on Friday the 3rd of October. Yes, Friday at 3:30 GMT, because I'm off work on the Saturday. Like, after that Friday, I'm off for 9 days, and I just thought it would be cool to, like, have my last day of work and come home and do a live stream. And hopefully my computer will be fixed by then. And if it is not, we'll do this again, because why not? I'm not having my live streams stolen from me because my computer has decided to play silly beggars. I mean, if I know that I'm going to be doing a laptop live stream, I might be able to plan it a bit better and actually have, like, stuff prepared or something, you know. Me planning. So, yes, I will see you on Friday the 3rd of October, and we will do something, I do not know what, but I shall keep you informed. Until then, my lovelies, I shall say farewell to you.